All right, YouTube, what's going on? This is your boy Liger, and I got, of course, Katie with me. So, Endu is in full live in effect. So, basically, today, this is the end cast, and we're going to have a good end cast. Let's try to keep it all positive and keep it going. But we're talking about the little champion that keeps on winning every race so far. And maybe in the future, it will keep on winning race too, because even though the iPhones and the mobile market and all that stuff, I still love a dedicated hand console, and that's Nintendo's better than brother as well too. So basically this Ncast is talking about we're talking about the 3DS. So with that said, before I jump in, let me get one negative thing out before anything is that Americans, please, we had Splatfest. Dogs won. Okay, whatever. We don't care. You know they had two Splatfests in Japan, and they did not bitch as much as we bitch in America about that stuff about this winning thing. If you got it's a game, people. Don't take it so serious. You're not making money off of it. So let that go. So with that said, we're going to talk about the 3DS. So I want to introduce the few people I have here. Of course, I have Poppy 2K. What's going on, man?
What's going on? Thank you, Liger, for inviting me. This is a first time for me here, and I look forward to
Yeah.
a good cast, man. Thank you.
All right, man. No problem, man. Like I said, many times I wanted to jump in, but my schedule is, like I said, running a company and having a job
No, I
is too
understand.
crazy to jump in and yours. Of course, I have the crazy man, Mr. Red Fox. How you doing, man?
Yeah, it's me, the crazy man, Mr. Red Fox. As you might know, I am quite insane. Um, just don't let anyone tell you any difference. This is my first time being on the Ncast, but I hope it's not my last. And let's talk about the little handheld Juggernaut. Let's talk about that little Juggernaut. It's unstoppable.
Mr. Red Fox, that's crazy.
I know, right? All
Well, I
right.
started to say that meme that went around the internet, but I was like, I'm not going to do it. It's been done to death.
I got you. Of course, I have
Yeah.
a good person who's been on Ncast a couple of times, George. Team Everything. What's going on, George?
What's going on, everybody? George Anthony from Team Everything here. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be with on the Incast today. We got some good topics today. How 3DS started from the bottom, and now they're here. You know that song, started from the bottom. Now we're
Now
here.
it's on the top.
That's the same thing. Yep. They started from the bottom, and now they at 52 million. So let's go.
I hear you. And of course, I have the lovely lady of the Ncast. Yo, Katie, how you doing?
Going on?
You ready to go?
Yes.
All right, all right. So, like I said, hopefully the other people will join in. Like I said, sorry for this late start in the Ncast. I was trying to get everybody together, and it just didn't work out, so I apologize for that. But hopefully I can get JMM, the Shepherd, Dr. Feelgood. They're supposed to be jumping in, but if there is, they can already send them the link, so hopefully they jump in. So with that said, though, let's talk about the little console that everybody, of course, always puts down in some cases and always getting arguments and blah 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 as usual. So the small little juggernaut is the 3DS, and we're gonna talk about the games in the library of the 3DS. With that said, let's start off with easy questions. As basically, I talk to you, Poppy 2K. When you basically bought the 3DS at launch.
At launch, yep. What was it, 2010?
Okay, yeah. So you bought your game at launch. What about you, Mr. Red Fox? When did you bought the first 3DS?
Uh, I too bought mine at lunch. I'm an ambassador, baby.
No, I'm ambassador. I got the ambassador games I never really played.
Yep. Yep.
Wanda said, "Please understand, we will give you a discount." We'll give you-
Yeah. Plus they gave us like a whole bunch of games, so
Yeah. We had to cut the price. Please understand.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh boy, did after it's in already.
But
What up, Ken?
but they watered. Yeah, they made it easy. I mean, like, Nintendo was like, look, we feel if you feel you were cheated, like you paid too much. Here's a whole bunch of old but good games. Like I think they had like 8 NES games and then 8 like Game Boy Advance games or something like that. And it was just a really good deal. I mean, Plus they I think they had some other for the Virtual Console and the 3DS that were $1.30. No, that was for the Wii U. Sorry,
Yeah.
it was still a really good deal.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me. Yeah, that's cool. Like I said, I bought Katie's own for her birthday when she came to America, so that was years after it. So I have, huh? Yeah. So, Dr. Feelgood, what about you? When did you bought your 3DS?
Actually, I wanted a 3DS from launch ever since I knew about it. But then with Nintendo's track record, I knew there would be an XL version if I waited long enough. So I
Okay.
actually waited and waited until I knew until it launched. Then I bought myself a blue one. In actuality, I bought it for my wife. Um, I knew she was into gaming somewhat, but I knew that the Nintendo 3DS would be like the thing that would bring her on over into because even I know mobile games suck, but I want to show her better games. And she had already played some console games, so that was the first one I bought, which I think was 2012 when it released. Was it 2012 or 2013 when it released? No, it was 2012. I think for the XL version.
The XL, yeah, I think
And
so.
then I think when they released the A Link Between the Past Gold version, I bought that one, but I bought it for her, and I just took the blue one.
Okay. Okay.
So, but yeah, that's when I got both XL versions, and she had actually planned on buying a new 3DS recently, but then some other stuff come up, but I still plan on getting those too.
All right. Okay, that's cool. All right. That's cool. Forgive me if I pronounce the name wrong. Is it? 'Cause I would think you've been on Red's podcast a lot. Is it Kaname or
Cage Anime G.
Kaname G?
Yeah, that's good enough.
I'll just call you Anime. If
This,
you don't mind.
yeah,
I'm trying to keep it
this call it
flowing.
anime. Kaname.
Kaname.
Oh,
Okay.
you know what? I got one better. Anime.
That's what I
Anime,
just
but
said.
no, anime. No, anime is in like Tina Turner.
All right.
Anime.
Anime. Thank you for joining the Ncast. What about you? When you have a 3DS? When did you first bought it?
Bought my first 3DS back in 2012. GameStop. It was like 2 months before the Wii U dropped, and my first game was I believe it was Mario 3D Land. I got that, and there was one more game I got for that too. I can't remember, but
It's cool. You don't have to go too far on the conversation. We were just talking about when you got the system. We ain't got into the deep nitty gritty yet.
yeah, it was 2012, and
Yeah,
and it was still kind of like a year old, so I didn't have
yeah.
too many games, but I enjoyed what I had. But then
Just
Okay.
2013 dropped, and wow, just wow.
Okay, that's cool.
Library, real quick. I just wanted to
Yeah.
correct it. It was in 2011, the beginning of 2011, like March. That's
Okay.
when I got mine.
Okay, it's cool. Like I said, for something like that, I really don't care. Let me talk about just getting the games and stuff. We have the basically the owner of Outside of the Box Gaming. What's up, Double M?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
That's good, man. When did you have a 3DS and when did you bought it?
I have a history of 3DSs. But no, I'll just go with my first 3DS that I ever
Yeah.
bought. I bought it at launch.
Nice.
At launch? Okay.
Yeah.
The ambassador.
For that. No, I didn't get
Yeah.
to be an ambassador because unfortunately at the time I was going through hard times and I had to sell the 3DS before the ambassador program came out.
Oh man, that's what's up. Wow.
Hard
Okay.
times, man. It was hard times, man.
No, I got you, man. It always is looking like that, man. So everybody has set up that spot
I don't
right
care
there.
when I need money for more important things. Like my game systems ain't that. My game systems ain't that precious, especially if the games aren't out at the time. I'm very cynical when it comes to needs versus wants.
I wish a
Well,
lot of
talk about
gamers would be
again
like that.
because I dropped out because I guess my thing, I guess it was lagging for a couple minutes, so I dropped out. So are we talking about? I know we're talking about the 3DS. The 3DS is our main topic, but I mean, what are we talking about right now?
Oh, trust me, I'm asking the questions and I'll let everybody take a shot at it. So I'm asking the
Oh,
questions.
just a question.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That makes
I'll
sense.
just ask everybody's
Yeah.
questions and keep it flowing. 'Cause I don't want it to be too topic based where 50 people jump in and saying all kind of crazy stuff. Let's try to keep this going
You mean
moving.
like you mean like a Nintendo redirect?
Not,
All right, keep going with
okay,
that can of worms,
okay,
please. Don't do
okay.
that. Please don't.
I got something to say. I got one thing to say.
What? What?
Fire!
Now you guys keep. I'm trying to keep the end cast clean, so let's keep this clean.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Look, I don't want to bring the drama here. I escaped drama to be here. Come on, let's keep it positive.
Katie, I'm sorry to tell you this, man, but
Oh, goodness gracious.
if you have anyone from Gamers at Large, your podcast is not going to go according to plan.
Well, hey, I'm gonna try my best. Let's get back on topic.
Good
All the
idea.
negative stuff will leave
Let's
to the end and whatever.
let's redirect back on topic.
Right, yeah, I know that joke, but let's keep it going, Double M. All right. So right now, like I said, 3DS came up. Everybody got what they got. I know some of them because I know Dr. Fugo is one of them. Did any Ken? You're the only one who didn't get a new 3DS, right?
Yeah, I don't have it yet, but as I said, I do plan
Yeah,
on getting
same
one
here.
this year. Actually, I'm getting two this year, one for myself and one for my wife. And yes, I am keeping the gold one. I may not keep my blue one, but I'm definitely keeping the gold one. That's a limited edition. It's not going any damn where.
I got you.
Uh,
So same thing for you, Micah. No new 3DS.
Nah, I haven't got one. I haven't really felt the need to buy one just yet until like I feel pushed, like, because until I feel pushed to really buy one, like Xenoblade Chronicles 3D is not
The
persuading
game.
me to buy it.
Got you.
You know, I need to see a game that is going to make full use of the new Nintendo 3DS that I will not be able to experience on, that I actually want, that I will not be able to experience on the current
Smash Brothers.
3DS. Until then, it's not enough, because I can
Okay.
still play that on my standard 3DS. Like, it has
Okay,
to be
that's cool.
exclusive to the new 3DS, and until then, I just don't think it's worth my money. And
You're
yes,
just,
this is,
you're just waiting for Metro Prime Federation Force. That's what
Hey, if it's not canceled yet by
Hey, can we please not bring that up? You're gonna have more salt in the comment section than the entire Atlantic Ocean.
Sorry about that, Liger.
but yeah, it's
I was
just
trying to keep it
that,
positive.
that's just me. I mean, the little changes that are there so far, it's not enough just yet until I see
I agree.
proper
To your
application
preference,
of it.
yeah. I understand that. I understand that. Like I said, for us,
And
for
then
me,
and that's coming from the damage controlling Nintendo fanboy not wanting to
will
buy
you
Nintendo.
stop that, Micah? Will you stop that for real?
All I'm saying is these crybabies can go F themselves. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. He said it for everybody. Now let's keep it on topic, people.
Yeah, I don't have a new I'll go next. I don't have a new 3DS yet, not yet, because I have such a big back catalog of games on other consoles and handheld. So I'm holding on just a little while longer. I think Xenoblade Chronicles can wait just a little bit longer before X drops for a holiday.
Okay. All right.
I'm
That's
waiting
pretty
for
cool.
that X, trust me.
It's
Okay.
gonna be some nice shit, man.
All right. So basically that means Katie, me, Fusion, Red Fox. You have a new 3DS.
Yes, I do.
Poppy 2K. You have a new 3DS.
No, I haven't been convinced yet myself. I just
Okay. All right.
I don't. You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's that whole transfer stage that you have to take, that big ass step where you gotta transfer from one micro SD card to your computer and then back to the new 3DS, and then it's like, nah, it's just too many things. I'm fine with what I have.
Well, let me add to what you just said right there, and then we move on to the topic at hand. Really, what I wanted to get into. Me and Katie got our special 3DSs that is on our channel. But to answer what you just said, Poppy 2K, it didn't take us more than maybe 10 minutes to transfer our stuff. Because what we did was, what happened was, we already had a micro SD card already in our old 3DS.
Oh, okay. You had the little adapter.
Yeah. So all we needed to do was just transfer the license, which didn't take that long, and then take that 3DS card out of it, put it into that, and it works. Done. Kept on going.
Okay.
So that was the quickest way for us. 10 minutes at the tops, no problem.
So if I wanted to go to GameStop and trade mine in so I can get some credit on for the new one, would they transfer all that stuff over for me, or do I have to do that before then?
That part, I think some people would, according to when it first started out, a lot of people say GameStop were doing some GameStops well, some GameStop more. I am not 100% on that information.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the difference between maybe you and everybody else is we keep, just like Dr. Fielder said, I kept my 3DSs. I have a
Yeah, yeah,
special
no.
made one, and I kept it, so it's
No,
still
I
there
got
for
the
me.
old. Yeah, I got that Mario Kart Blue.
Please
That's
do
what
not
she has.
please,
That's what Katie has.
please do not remind me of special edition 3DSs because that just brings up a sad story in my life.
I got you. Well, we're not gonna like so basically what we're talking about is like I said, the 3DS has been out. It has a plethora of gaming
Software.
library.
Yeah, software. Yeah.
Yeah, the gaming library is strong. It basically reaches to every people, and so everybody's preference to get touched a little bit. People who are RPG fans, people who are kind of self-made shooters, people who are like platforms, people who like Nintendo
The
games,
only
people who like
people, the
third
only
party.
people, the only people it doesn't appeal to are Metroid fans.
Will you stop? Really? You just stop, please. Anyway, anyway. But first we're gonna go into asking, and since some of you guys just joined in, if I want to talk about what game on the eShop. Not a game. No, this what I mean eShop. Not a game that you could buy physical. It's straight digital. What are like two games? I'll give you two. What are two games you think you love on eShop that you could recommend to people, and also explain why you love the game? So the first, I'll basically call everybody out. So the first one I'll go with is Poppy 2K. If you've downloaded two games from the eShop that you really like, what two games do you like?
Okay, I have a whole slew of them. I have like everything. Um,
Oh,
let
that's
me
why I kept it down
go.
to two.
Okay, let me go and say this is hard. This is a hard choice. I'd have to go with. I actually like Box Boy. I don't know if anybody's played that.
Yeah.
Box Boy. Box Boy is it's a simplistic type platformer. Well, it looks simplistic, but it's actually challenging. It's like a puzzle type deal where you have to create boxes out of. You have to create what do you call it? You have to use boxes to overcome obstacles. So it's a
Hmm.
pretty good game. It's like $2 or $3. So if you don't have $2 or $3, then you shouldn't be on the eShop. But trust me, I'll spend some money on that eShop. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Uh, I'm gonna have to recommend this game called Weapon Shop de Omase.
Muramasa.
Yeah, Omasa. It's like a Japanese style. It's like it's I call it like a weapon creation RPG sort of thing where you
We
know
got to
where
do
you,
it by beats.
well, no yeah where that's how well you got to go by beats. It's like a beat style game, but it's deeper than that because you create weapons for people that come in to your weapon shop and you're like an apprentice
Hmm.
and you create weapons for them that they use in battles, and then it plays out the whole. There's like a story behind every single weapon that you sell, and it keeps track through it. If the weapon helped them be successful in defeating the dragon or some boss character or whatever, and they'll come back and thank you and pay you for the weapon or whatever, and you get experience that way. But I mean, it's a small downloadable title. I think made by Level. Was it
Level 5.
Level 5?
Yeah.
And it's not very expensive, but it's only eShop. It's only an eShop title. So I
Okay,
would say
that's pretty cool.
Pokemon Shuffle, but that's like you're gonna go broke playing that game.
I played the game, but
I
I
don't want to
decided
be a
to
bad influence to the kids out there.
I know. Okay, that's pretty cool. So basically that's your two games. How about you, Mr.
Yeah.
Red Fox? Two games that are eShop that are not physical copies that you enjoy and you could recommend to people.
Okay, the first one is one of the first ones I got. It's actually a DS iWare game that was on the DSi, but it was ported over. It's called Puzzle Quest. It's an RPG and a match 3 or 4 or 5 game at the same time. But it's two things that fuse together and somehow work. So it's really good, and it's relatively cheap. Like I think it's maybe like $5 to $10. Don't ask me how much it costs because I may have transferred it from my DSi to my 3DS, but don't hold me on that. And the second game is Mutant Muds by I want to say Way Forward, but it's not Way Forward.
No, it's
Renegade Kid. Renegade Kid. Mutant Muds is really good, and they added all this extra content to it, which I mean, for free, basically, if you bought the game like when it first came out. So,
Okay.
How
That's
dare
pretty
you praise extra content?
Yep.
I praise extra content that's free.
I got you. I'm thinking is I'll let you talk, but I think anime that's what you got like a fan or something going on in your mic.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's
No,
that
that,
fan.
yeah. It's cool. I'm gonna let you talk next, and then you can maybe mute your mic for a second, so we keep it going. But what's your two? What's your? Huh?
I said I already turned it off. It was getting cold in here.
Okay, so what's your two games?
My first one was Metro City Rampage by V-Blank Entertainment. At first, I played the demo on PS3, but then I found out that a 3DS version was coming. It's like I gotta have this on the go, and like pretty much those who haven't played it, it's like pretty much imagine Grand Theft Auto but 8-bit, and it's actually pretty fun too, and I like because it's a throwback. You got top-down view and you got missions, and it's just it doesn't take itself seriously at all. That's what I enjoy about it so much, and it's like it makes a parody of NES games, some 80s movies like Back to the Future, so it's pretty awesome.
Okay.
And I think it was like $10 when I got it. I think it's around that price now. And the second one was Azure Striker Gunvolt. Pretty much think of Mega Man ZX, but on the go, which is also a pretty good game too.
Well, they're coming out with a second one, which is good. That is sold well, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah, like the different power ups you can do, different equipment, and even the bosses are pretty fun. So it's like it's something that I would play over and over again. And I think that's $15. So they're
Yeah.
both good eShop only games I would highly recommend.
Let me ask you a question before. Let me ask you a question. Then. Did you beat the harder levels that you downloaded later? The combined levels where they turn up the difficulty?
Not yet. It's coming. My time's coming.
Okay, I only beat the first version, the first stage of that. I'm supposed to be 5 more, but yeah, I just wanted to see how far you get because again, how the gaming community is. So that's cool. Okay, Zero Strikers is one of those games. Like I said, there's a second one coming out. So hey, if you like the first one, the second one's coming out, and keep an eye out for that one. All right. And then George, what about you? What are the two games from the eShop that you like?
Shovel Knight. Yeah, sure. I know Shovel Knight might be on other consoles, but that's one of the games I do like because it's from the eShop. And does it have to be current, or can it be in the future games? Like
Nah, we talking about the library itself. That just from now to the next. Yeah.
Well, I guess yeah.
Yeah, because I like Shovel Knight, but I was about to say Fast Racing Neo from what I seen from it, but
we're talking about the 3DS, right?
Yeah, 3DS.
The 3DS.
Yeah, 3DS, George.
It seemed like how you worded it, you seemed like you said the eShop in general. So that's the reason why I came out with Shovel Knight and Fast Racing Neo.
Well, the Shovel Knight is on the eShop, so yeah, it's on the 3DS eShop, so yeah.
So another game that I do like is what you call that game? I forgot that game, but you know what? There's so many games that I can think about. I don't have my gamepad in front of me right now, so my 3DS. So I wouldn't be able to answer this question fully because
Okay,
I
that's
had
cool.
2 3DSs. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. If that's it, I'll pass the mic on. Katie, what about you? What 2 games that you downloaded that you liked from the 3DS?
Can I still say Zero Gunvolt.
Yeah, you can say it, and then like I said, if you have a third one, jump in and say it, and then just keep it going.
Well, I love Gunvolt. That's a pretty great game because, as it was already said, it's reminded of the Mega Man Zero and ZX days, and the fact that it came out and the music's great, the stages, the artwork. I love Inti Creates with a passion because of Zero and ZX. So that's a pretty good game. And I think the other game is that I really like is that I need to finish is Liberation Maiden.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome too. I just like the cutscenes and the artwork and everything about it. It's just pretty great.
Yeah, it's so well, and I hope Suda 51 finished the damn game because it has such a bad cliffhanger. I wish they finished it. I hope he comes back with a second version to that game. But
It's Suda. Suda's kind of weird.
well, we know that. We already know that.
No,
But
no, I don't mean just because of his games. Like he'll make because I'm a huge Suda fan myself, and I'm just, like he's like, well, you have to wait 15 to 20 years until you get No More Heroes 3. I'm like, well, thanks a lot, dude.
no, but he only said that because remember what happened with Suda. I don't know if Suda owns the rights to or Ubisoft. I don't know that answer right there, but I do know he was pissed off that they ported the game. Just like any other third parties, he was pissed off that Ubisoft ported the game to the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 4 and No More Heroes Paradise because it was not meant for those consoles because it was not optimized because you needed the remote controller. But
I'm
there
not
was the
knocking
story
it. I
again.
agree.
No.
I agree.
That's the
But-
story of that's the story which I'll be a next Endcast some other day because I've as many times I've seen so many people talk about this third party thing but don't understand there's so many third party developers that had games on the console and was pissed off that they got ported over without their contracts.
Well, there's Shinji Mikami. I mean, that's why he left.
Oh yeah, I know.
Capcom.
Yeah, I know.
Hello?
What you said? Yeah, Poppy. What's it?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh no, I was just saying. I thought you wanted to keep it positive.
No, I'm going down. No, I'm the host. I could do a
I
little.
almost
I
thought
could
you
do.
getting ready to go off on some people. That's
No,
why.
no. I'm not gonna go off on no people. I was just saying that. So,
The trolls coming after you, man.
they're gonna come after me 'cause just like I have a video called Nintendo Haterade. I have like I have the He-Man on there. I have the power to block and don't gotta give a. Oh, hell. But anyway, Dr.
That block
Fielgo,
button's a beautiful button.
I know, right? Dr. Fielgo, what about you? What two games in eShop that you downloaded that that you like? And again, if somebody said it earlier, because I know one of the games did say that you like, but what game do you like on eShop?
Are we talking about specifically 3DS?
3DS, all 3DS. This is just 3DS.
I'm pretty sure I may get some flack for this, but that free-to-play Pokemon game that's like Bejeweled
Shuffle.
in a sense.
The Shuffle.
Yeah, Pokemon Shuffle. Love that. My wife and I are addicted to it.
As long as you don't put your credit card, man, you'll be all right.
No. Never that. Other than that, the Zero Cycle Gumball.
Okay, that's pretty good. What about you, Double M? What about you, Michael? What games do you have on the 3DS slate?
Got to be honest, I never really dabbled too much in the 3DS eShop. In fact, all the best stuff for 3DS that came out during hard times when I basically had no money.
I got you.
But there are a couple. One of them I only really played a demo of. The one I played the demo of, that was Fractured Souls. That to me was an awesome game.
Okay.
It was a nice little puzzle game because you literally had to like switch your character between like top screen and bottom screen.
Yeah.
To get like it was two levels that were the same, but there was some things you saw on the top screen and some things you saw on the bottom screen. You had to like switch between screens to like solve certain puzzles. I thought that was a really good use of both screens. And Harmonite, I thought Harmonite was awesome. I just love the music game.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that game too. It's pretty fun.
Especially when you're doing the Viridian City thing, you just saying, no, this yeah, especially when you're hearing the Viridian City theme and then you're just banging through the music as well. It's brilliant.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Basically, like I said, all you guys put out some games that I like. Of course, the cute, Box Boy is pretty cool. Made by Nintendo, like Poppy 2K said, is about 3.99 for that. Very cool game. The Zero Striker Gunvolt, one of the games that me and Katie like. I defeated it, beat the game on a high level, and right now I'm trying to do that extra stuff. Um, I would say for me, I would add three for mine because I'm saying, hell, I'm the host. I can do what the hell I want on my podcast. But the one I would say that the first one I would say is that me and Katie jumped in and is a free to play in a way, but it's pretty cool. Is Rusty's Real Steel Baseball.
Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. That's what I was going to say.
That one is pretty cool. I mean, it is a kind of
The
free to play.
story is funny as hell.
Yeah, the
No, is
story
it?
is fun. Go ahead.
No, I didn't even know it had a story. To be honest with you.
No, it had a story. Every time you buy the game, it gives you more story. But like I said, that's the whole way set up. But the game itself is very fun. It's people who have rhythm. So like how you said, Double M with the whole rhythm thing. Katie's when it comes between me and my sister, she's the rhythm person. Like she could pop that down good. So she has beaten me many times in that game, and I try to catch back up on her because you gotta hit my how should I say like every time a baseball drop or certain thing, you have to keep the rhythm of hitting the baseball or catching the ball or doing all these crazy things, and it's pretty cool. And then of course you could haggle down the price. You don't have to buy each game at the $4 or $5 price. You could haggle with the guy and make it down to like $1.50 if you're good on how to work the game. So I like that kind of setup how Nintendo did that game. So that's a pretty cool game. A next game I would recommend, of course, is that I love, which is for anybody out there who likes anime. One, two, um, who likes Mario Strikers. Izuma
Number
11.
11.
Izuma 11 is a pretty good game. I love that game.
Yeah, I got that game too.
Yeah, I thought about it. You said like anime. I mean, it's in my name. That's a given.
That's a pretty good game because just like Mario Strikers, you could do the whole moves.
That's level
and
5 as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, level 5
Yeah,
makes
because
good eShop titles. I mean, I know
yeah,
they're
oh,
yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But I was just saying, yeah, because if you beat the game, you fought Professor Layton. He was one of the teams. There you go. Somebody just put it up. But if you get far in the game, Professor Layton's one of the team that you got to play. So you got to play against him, Luke, all these guys. It's pretty cool. But it has the same system of once you fight these guys, you got a crazy move set. So it's an arcade football game. It's not it's not the straight up FIFA World Cup kind of left right, try to be Sims. It's a very I wish a lot of sports games come back like that.
But I
I
like the
mean,
engine design, how it's got that top down like RPG style, and then when you get into the battles, it puts you into like higher like 3D, more intensive engine.
yeah,
It's pretty cool, man.
it's a pretty cool game. I beat the game. I ain't beat the Zeus team after I beat the whole game because you have to get up to like level 80 to beat them because it's freaking crazy. But that's a good game. I like the anime. Like Poppy 2K say, is a RPG style because you got to go around, help people, do stuff, but still play the game like an arcade thing. Like I said, well, that's one of the game genres I kind of miss right now
It's
because
very Japanesey. It's very Japanese like focused, like the
yeah.
design of it.
Well, like I said, it's anime, so yeah. But like I said, it's just one of those things, one of those genres I wish come back because back in the sixth gen, we used to had, like I said, EA Big, where you had
Yep.
Stick Tricky, you had NBA 2K, FIFA Street, NBA Street. Everybody was having fun playing the game
Mhm.
and not being so serious. But everybody wants realistic now, so money talks.
They took
It
it
is
Yeah,
what it
way
is.
back
I
then.
don't want that. In fact, the only sports games I do buy are the ones that are as far as away from realism as possible, like Blitz, Street, NBA Jam. Those are the only games I actually do buy regarding sports.
I got
Same
you.
here.
But let me add one more, and then we're gonna go to our next topic. And the next game, I would say I have to recommend. As that is pretty cool, and I had my fun with it. Is basically you can get this on the Wii U. I know you can get this on the Wii U, but I like to support people like the Red Fox was saying about the Way Forward thing when you said about Renegade Kids, but Shantae the Pirate's Curse. I played all the Shantae games and I love that game. That's a pretty good game that I downloaded on my 3DS. Way Forward is a talented studio. I
Yeah,
mean,
because it's
yeah,
DuckTales remake.
yeah.
You know what? I was gonna put Shantae, not the two later ones, but like the first one that came out on the Game Boy Color that they re-released on the
Yeah.
3DS eShop. I
Yeah.
was gonna put that down because I had that game and I lost it or something happened
Oh
to it.
wow, and that's
And
expensive. If you
yeah,
got that game, it's very expensive.
it's
right
really
now.
rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of the rarest Game Boy Color titles in the world. But yeah, I mean, Way Forward, they are good, and they've been making good stuff for years.
Yes.
And let me tell you this for anybody here. Micah knows this already because I've said this. There was a contract, and the contract has not been null and void yet. Way Forward still was the people to make the next Metroid on 3DS, and that's what I thought was gonna come out. The contract has not been dropped yet. I thought they were gonna go with a new. They're gonna do a side-scrolling Metroid, and that's what I thought was gonna come out for the E3 Hollow Blue and everything else. Didn't happen. Like I said, I ain't got a problem with it. But again, they still have a contract with Nintendo to do a Metroid.
Yep.
So
I wouldn't be surprised if it's
keep it for the future.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a new 3DS exclusive.
Yeah,
You mean in the vein of Fusion?
Yeah.
like Fusion or Zero. It was supposed to be a side-scrolling Metroid.
Because Fusion is amazing. I mean, I'd be happy if they just redid that game.
Well, basically, what happened is they was trying to do a remake of since Zero Mission sold well, they wanted to do a remake of The Return of Samus, which is the
Oh
Game
my
Boy
god.
game.
Oh my god. Oh, that's like one of my
don't jizz
favorite
right
2D
now.
Metroids. No. That's one of my favorite 2D Metroid games. Is The Return of Samus. I played that before I played the original Metroid on the
Metroid,
NES.
same for
Was
me.
for the Game Boy. Return of Samus.
Yeah, yeah. But that's all contracted. We don't know if from that point. I don't know from that on. From what I've learned from my contacts and everything, that's what's supposed to happen. We'll see what's going on from there on. Okay. I'm just letting that know now so people could see what it is. But again, we'll move on to the next topic now.
It's
So
because it's coming out for the NX. You already know that.
now that's one word you're not allowed to say on my endcast. That's I don't want to hear
Slap
nothing
yourself.
I don't want
Slap
to hear nothing about no
yourself.
damn endcast on my the NX on this podcast.
We
That
get
is
along
a
just
forbidden
fine,
word.
man.
I know,
That is
man.
a forbidden word.
Man, they're going crazy about that.
Technically, it's not a word. It's 2 letters.
Yeah.
I don't care letters word. I don't want to hear it. It's stupid.
It
You know,
is
people arguing over it.
forbidden.
It's all,
Yeah.
it's all about that crystal ball prediction. They,
Yeah,
all,
man.
they know
Whatever,
all.
whatever. Let's keep it moving, people. Okay. So the
Let's move
next
to the next topic.
next topic, yes, the next topic is what game? And now this is any game that you could pull off your hats and just I'll give you guys a second to talk about it. Basically, I wanted to do is what game uses the 3DS to its fullest function.
Hmm.
Okay.
I go first.
Super Mario. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you go
What's
ahead.
Oh, Super Mario 3D Land.
that? Super Mario 3D Land for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can
Before
keep
you
it
even
going.
waste your time coming to me, I'm gonna go with Super Mario 3D World.
Okay. 3D Land for you.
I'm gonna squash everybody right now. The only game that completely utilized the 3DS in every single way, Luigi's Ghost Mansion Dark Moon.
I haven't played that.
That's it.
Same
You
here.
took
That
mine.
is
Jesus.
it. My wife and I have both beat that game. It is the only game. It gives you the best 3D or use of it. Anyway, the story is great. The visuals is great. The atmosphere is great. It is the only game, in my opinion, that I know. I know Smash Brothers pushes the 3DS because there's so much content, but using the 3DS the way it's meant to be used, to me, Luigi's Ghost Mansion is to the 3DS like I don't know, like Zombie U in the sense was to the Wii U. It really does use a game. I mean, like it uses the engine a lot. Everything about it.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. All right, then. Let me. What about you, Poppy 2K? You have anyone you want to jump in with?
Um, I mean, I don't know. The 3D is always giving me like a headache, so I don't really use it as much. So I wouldn't
Okay.
even been able to tell you. Yeah.
Okay. And so Red Fox, the Luigi's Mansion is yours?
Well, they took mine, so now I got to get something. I got to pick something else.
Not really. No, we will keep it going. If that's yours, that's yours. No, it's
uh,
just a question. Why?
well,
We can
okay. Well, I'll tell you why. And Dr. Feelgood took half of my reason, but yeah, that game really like it utilizes all aspects of the 3DS. In ways, I guess, I mean, in ways that no other game does. Like, you have to use the gyroscope along with 3D in order to really get through some of the sections where you're, like, have to navigate a really difficult terrain and stuff. I mean, it's really a lot of depth to that. So, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. What about Katie? You got anything you want to point out? Or you want to join on with these guys with 3D Land?
Well, yeah, I'll do 3D Land, and I don't even use the 3D that much either, because it hurts my eyes.
Okay. All right. Well, for me, it's different from you guys. Mine, the one that to me that uses the 3D, use the game that uses the 3DS fully to its contact with the 3D, with the touchscreen, with all the buttons, is Kid Icarus Uprising.
I've never played that game, but
Are
I
there
heard
buttons
it's
in
good.
that?
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
don't feel bad. I never played it either. I only played the original Kid Icarus.
Kid
It
Icarus,
does.
Kid Icarus 3DS Uprising uses the 3D to their full potential. Why? Because it uses the 3D so you could get the scope. So where you going? You have to aim and shoot using the stylus. That's the only way. You also it has online and you have online battles if you want to go that way as well.
Hmm.
And this like I said, and it runs smooth as butter. It just don't
So what if
chug.
Well,
Link
actually, I
Between
just downloaded the
Worlds?
game too. I just downloaded the game like 2 3 days ago because I got it free from the Club Nintendo, and the
Uh-huh.
thing's
It
like
just shut
12,000.
down,
I know, but it's like 12,000 blocks.
It's a
man.
the story of that game is hilarious. It's one that game is just a funny game. When you get to Hades, it's just one of my favorite villains to love to hate in that game. Just so funny. But
I
my
have a
point is,
question.
yeah.
Does that game have a left-handed feature?
I wish it did.
Okay, I was just
No,
making sure.
yeah, it that.
Because someone told me that it had a left, you can change it to left-hand. I'm like, you can't.
I think probably. I'm hoping that with the new 3DS, you can do some other things with it, like use the dual stick support, but probably not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, with the new 3DS, you don't have to get that attachment for your regular 3DS anymore. You can actually
Well,
play
no,
all the
with
dual.
Kid Icarus Uprising, like you have to use the left stick to move around, and you have to use a touchpad to aim.
But I think if you have the little extra,
The
what's it called,
boat, the
the
little
pad,
boat. Yeah.
the C stick attachment or
Uh huh.
whatever they call it, you can actually use that instead of the screen, the bottom screen.
Are you
But that's
left-handed,
like an
KD?
older game, though.
It's the same with Liberty. Yeah, but Metal Gear Solid, what was
Yeah.
it? Snake Eater, is that what it was? That came
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
That came out at launch, and that used
But but you know
the
what
C
though?
stick.
I can't
KD,
see
are you
I
left-handed?
can't see a right stick doing this game justice because you have to really like be able to aim
Hmm.
pretty quick and move around like with that touchpad. And the touchpad being able just to touch anywhere to aim, that makes it a lot faster, a lot more
I
accurate, and it
li-
can it awards basically quick reaction. The extra stick wouldn't.
Liberty made in like I think Katie mentioned it. That right there gives it cramps up my hand because you got to use your the touchpad to move around, just like you're talking about with Kid Icarus.
I mean,
But
I have
that
no problem with that. It's just
mm,
that I'm left-handed. I need something that can switch from right hand to left hand.
mm.
Right.
And I,
Oh,
I
so you, so
played I
you,
played Uprising, and it was a long time ago, so I forgot how to play it.
KD, you left-handed.
Yeah,
High five.
yeah, we're rare. We're a rare
Mhm.
species.
Rare
Yeah.
species,
And you know,
whatever.
there's only been one system out there that actually accommodates both left and right-handed players.
The
Nintendo
WonderSwan.
That was the
Wii.
Virtual Boy.
The
I was
Wii.
mm.
Well, yeah, and the Virtual Boy too. Because that
Yeah,
stupid control system.
all I'm saying, I'm not one to brag or anything like that, but all I'm saying is left-handed people are the best. That's all I'm saying.
I'll leave that. I'll leave that to you two people out there.
That's
But
subjective. No, I'm just playing.
but you know what?
No,
But,
it's
but
not
like you guys,
subjective. It's not subjective. It's fact. I don't care what anyone says.
but Poppy, but what you said right there, I've not played because since we got the new 3DSs, we have because
Yeah,
me and
the new
Katie.
3DS allows that. Like any game that was programmed to use the second C stick that you had to purchase separately, the new 3DS automatically activates that feature. And some of these games, like I think Kid Icarus, they have been they've received patches over their lifespan, so they've
No, I
added extra
okay.
features.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not saying what you said right there. The patches is I have not played the game from since then, and I might be true. I'm not saying that. The problem is with like what Dr. Figo was saying is when you play that game to dodge, you have to double flick, and that little C stick or the other is hard to translate to the left side in that game.
Yeah.
If you got to dodge, you got to double flick
Oh, for a
the
left-handed person.
yeah. I don't think they translated over to the left-handed person that way. That's what I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
mean,
But
I don't
if
have a
you're
new
right-handed,
3DS. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I mean, I'm
well, that's
only
what no,
just
and that's what I'm
I'm
trying to say.
theorizing. Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't know about that stuff because I have not played the game, but I do know that, like I said, the reason I brought up that game is because like I said, if you dodge in, you gotta dodge you gotta double flick the dodge, you gotta shoot like Dr. Feelgood said. It really uses the 3DS and like all the buttons are used. The touchscreen is used. The 3D effect is very good in that game, and one of the games I think that uses the power. There are more out there that uses the power, but I was talking more of like everything. But that's cool. Like I said, Luigi's Mansion is a cool example, like you guys brought up, and also 3D Land, which I ain't played. 3D
What?
Land was what nothing. I don't buy every Nintendo game, just like you don't buy every
It's
Nintendo
it's
game.
it's, it's
Oh,
I
3D
snap.
don't. I don't.
It's 3D Land. How could you not? How could you miss out on 3D Land? The
You want to
game.
know why? You really want to know why? Because Katie knows this book better. I got burnt on Mario and Luigi, New Super Mario Brothers 2 that I didn't want to buy that game, and Katie knew what the reason why. And I was like, yeah. She bought the game. She has the game. I don't have the game. I'll pick it up later, whatever. But after that time, I just wanted to try something different. That's just
So, I understand. I'm a diehard Mario fan. I gotta say, New Super Mario Bros. 2 was garbage in my opinion.
It wasn't that great.
it
The only
was
parts I liked about it was connecting the goals.
Man,
Are you talking about the one that where you got to collect the coins?
point.
Yeah, you
It's
can
the
beat
one
that
with the
game with your
gold. It's the one
blindfold.
with the gold. It was
Way too
it
easy.
It
was
was
solid.
it was okay. It was a decent
Yeah,
game,
man, I had
but I
some
it
of
was
mean,
the
but
solid.
it
that was some
wasn't
of the
really
most.
impressive. It's more like a Mario game for people that would like completionists.
Well, I mean, the problem with that game is that like every other Mario Brothers game like added something different, except for that second one where they just added the gold flower. It was like,
And the box,
okay,
gold box, and
I hit a dude, they turn into gold. You know, I mean, the one on the Wii added Yoshi's. The one on the Wii U added
new
the
power up.
Baby
raccoon
Yoshi's.
the raccoon suit. I
Squirrel,
mean, it
Baby
actually
squirrel suit.
changed up
Yoshi's.
how you play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had
and
double M.
the Yoshis that you could grab and do a spin jump, and they would like balloon up and slow down your fall, and
Oh, the
glowing
one with
Yoshi, like
the
new
one with
Yoshis in general.
the one with the bubbles was my favorite one because you just literally
Yeah,
speed run through that level, just turning
yeah,
into bubbles.
yeah.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Let me, George, you still there? You have anything that you think you add to that? Like I said, which use the console, the 3DS, the best? I don't want to leave you out if you know, because you got your mic mute for a reason. George,
I'm here. I'm sorry. So I think that there are a lot of things that a lot of good games that the 3DS has that utilizes the 3D, right? Like, are we still talking about that?
yeah. Which one you
Like
think is the best?
Mansion, like Luigi's Mansion. I think that's a really good game. I think the 3D does give me a headache, but for the most part, that game does utilize it. It was a great game. I know a lot of people Love that Luigi's Mansion series. So do I. It was great on the GameCube. It was great on the 3DS. It was a great sequel. It was a great addition that helped turn around the 3DS. Um,
Well, there was a
and
bunch of games that came
yeah,
out the last year
like Mario Kart 7 and all
oh,
those other
yep,
games.
yep.
So it was an effort. It was all these games combined, the library as a total that helped turn it around. But I was just saying that was just one piece of the puzzle. Um, that
Okay, that's pretty
there's a
cool.
lot of games. You
Well,
cannot
I
you
want to say, you know,
cannot
this what
yeah.
that was funny about what you said. It everybody said it that the 3D hurts their eyes, the 3D hurts to give them headaches and all that stuff. With that said, I'm not gonna thought this is not a topic, but it just is one of those things that I've seen talking to developers and stuff is how Project Morpheus and the HoloLens and all this stuff is because people have a lot of vertigo and people have motion sickness. And I don't. That's why I say is gonna. I don't think that those headsets gonna VR headsets gonna take off as much as a lot of people think they're gonna take off.
But they're not taking off at all, man.
And
First
then
is go
And then
ahead.
to add to that, I was gonna say, and why everyone else is trying to head to 3D and things like that, Nintendo took a step backwards and released the 2DS for the same reasons you guys just mentioned. That some kids it hurts their eyes and it's not good for them. And I read a lot of comments of people like just scorning, like, why would they make the 2DS? It doesn't make any sense. It's small. It's like, but some people literally bought a 3DS and never use a 3D because it hurts their eyes. So why should they
Exactly.
pay for a feature that they don't have? Now, I agree, just turn it off. But at the exact same time, they may not want that feature. And for kids, I think it was a great decision.
It was a
Yeah,
decision so they don't get
cost
sued.
effective.
That's what they did that for.
Well, there
Yep.
was a market for it.
Well, you're right. Plus, there's a market for it. Plus, I mean, let's be frank. The 2DS was basically kind of like a throwback to the Game Boy. You know,
Mhm.
like I heard a lot of people complaining about that. I'm like, why would you begrudge a child having a Game Boy? I mean, 20 years ago we were those kids running around with a Game Boy. Why are you going to get mad at a
That is
kid having a Game Boy? Because some people got mad about the 2DS. They're like, well, why'd they release it? Because they wanted to give consumers options.
Well, it's not that. Okay, like you guys said, there's a market for it. Yes, and two. But the problem is though, in the book, in anybody 3DS's book, what does it says? 70 years and then below, do not use the 3DS, the 3D
Yeah.
effects on it. And what happened? People started suing Nintendo for that stupid reason. Again, you can't. That's one thing about people that puzzles me. But I always say, well, oh, I know this company. You don't know. And again, for anybody out there who needs to know this, just for a company like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and Walmart, all these companies to attack, just to go to court for a frivolous lawsuit, is $1.5 million in America, off the top. That's just to say, let's take up the case. After a while, that
That's
adds
just a call the
that,
lawyer.
yeah, that adds up after a while when you got 50 million people just bitching every friggin' day. So yes, they're gonna do that. That's what it is. So Nintendo said, okay, all right, since people are being stupid, let's make this console. And like you guys said, there's a market for it. There is one because even adults who can't who keep their hands because they made it 2DS ergonomical for the hands. So people like it like that. They're adults who love the 2DS.
So you're saying they should
No?
like create another SKU? Is what you're saying?
So one more time, so I didn't get that.
So you're suggesting that Nintendo should create another SKU in the vein of 2DS, of the 2DS?
No, I mean they already did. Like I said, the reason they did it was to stop the lawsuits, and then like you and Mr. Red Fox said, there was a market for it for people who don't want the 3D in it. Because it still has all the functions of a 3DS. It's just that
Yeah.
you don't clamp, and it's like I said, there's so many people out there I know that plays the 2DS with the shoulder buttons on top and love it. Because it felt like Smash Brothers. They love Smash Brothers on the 2DS because it's more economic for their hands. So there was a market for it, and it was a smart move by them. But of course, I'll tell you the truth. They only did it because they want to keep on fighting lawsuits. I ain't gonna lie with you. That's what
And
it is.
also, it was cheaper for them to make than the
Yes.
3DS.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
they took out the 3D technology.
It was a lot cheaper, and actually they took they took away stereo sounds. You don't have stereo, you have mono
Yeah,
speakers.
like I said, that's for certain people. But that's cool. I mean, like I said, the 2DS is there, and people are enjoying these cool games that we are talking about the 3DS. I mean, 3DS includes the 3DS, 3DS, newer 3DS, and the X and XLDS, all these together. There's a good platform out there of library games, and that's what we're talking about right now. So I would say let's go to the next topic, which is I wanted to how should I say this? The next one is hidden gems. Now I'll split this up into two topics, but so let me hit one first. Um, the hidden gem I want people to bring up first is think of a game that like I said that you played that I mean you don't have to be too obscure with it, but a game that you play that you don't see a lot of people playing and you think oh this was a great game. If you have that game, if you don't have that game, that's cool.
Does it have to
But
be
let's
for
talk.
3DS or?
Well, that's why I'm split up into two categories because there's the next part of the question up to that, Micah. I want to ask. But if you don't have one, you can just pass.
Yeah, I have too many.
Well, let's just I'll go with again with the two options again. To give us two. So I mean, because this is basically to get people out there to understand that the 3D library is so big that there's a plethora of games to enjoy. So with that said, let's go with you, Poppy 2K. If there's a game that you think that was just a little niche, but you know what, I think that was pretty cool. If you have one or two, just give it up and let people know what they are.
Um, well, I think like some of these level 5 games, you have the that sword game I was just telling you about, but you also have that it's called Eternal Blade. You ever play that?
Xenoblade?
No, I know he's talking about Eternal
Yeah,
Blade. That's the game I got,
Eternal.
Katie.
Oh, you have that?
Eternal Blade. Yeah.
Yeah. That or it was Coruscant Technology.
Mhm.
I think it's a very good game. Overlooked, I think. Um, it was one of those like traditional side scroller type games. Um, yeah, I think it came out a couple of years ago, but I
Yeah.
mean, you
It
know,
is to add on to what he just said. It's a side scroller hack and slash. It's pretty cool, but the thing that adds on to it is it's kind of like Prince of Persia of time, Sands of Time, that you use the
yeah,
clock.
yeah, the time you can use time to reverse back if
You,
you see future or some shit like that. Yeah.
yeah, you could if you die, you can reverse the time to take back your health, or some of the puzzles which are pretty cool that you got to hit certain switches, but use time to re-hit them so you could get past that part of the dungeon, which is pretty cool. I like the game for that.
Yeah, I got that game about 5 months ago because they had it on sale, and I
Uh
took
huh.
advantage of that sale. And it's got a little bit of DLC, but other than that, I mean, I think it's a good game. It's very well done. I like to see some more game. I like to see more games that in that fashion, that type of style of play.
Hmm.
Um, but obviously, there's just so many. It's a crowded market. Just
No,
that's
but
why.
that's what we're doing this right now to get
Yeah.
anybody who's listening to this, give them ideas to go look at other games. So that's pretty good. Like I said, I played that game like you, and I liked it. A
But
really
I
good
like
game.
Weapon Shop Del Mesa. Weapon Shop Del Masa. Something like that.
Momasa, I was gonna say Momasa.
Del Masa.
Yeah, that
It's
means
pretty cool.
yeah, is the famous sword maker. Momasa is that's the name.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you, Red Fox? Any game that you have on the 3DS that you think that maybe a little too niche, but
I'm gonna go and come back. So can I just give my one quickly?
All right, go ahead, Micah.
Tales of the Abyss, the 3DS remake.
Oh yes, good choice.
Yes.
Is
Tales
this
of
the
the
Tails
Abyss was
game?
awesome.
Yeah,
Oh God,
that's a good game.
not Luke Von Faber, not Luke Von Faber. Um,
That, you know,
oh
before
God,
we go that, but
Luke Fontaine may have been annoying, but Ash was awesome.
Yep.
yeah,
yeah, Ash was awesome. Ash
yeah.
was awesome.
But it was a good game, and I bought it and I beat it like twice. And yeah, you're right. It was a
Yeah,
pretty cool game.
yeah.
So
Those anime cutscenes are pretty cool.
yep.
Yeah.
So I guess So what can I say?
That was one of the only it was one of the only Tales games that followed through with its full love story.
I know, right?
Yeah, and the love story was still like, but I
I know
digress.
the dude was so slow.
Yeah,
But that's an
the
anime
guy,
trope, though. But that's an anime
yeah,
trope.
It is.
They always see the girls hitting on them and they just don't see it. Come on, man.
I mean,
That's
everybody
typical.
else sees it, but themselves, yeah.
Yeah.
let's see. I guess the game that I really just like, kind of, I kind of disappeared in for a while, and I'm trying to get back into it, but I had to erase all my save data when I transferred my stuff over because there was an
Don't
issue
do it. Don't
with my
do
memory
it.
card.
Don't do it.
Was I have to do it. I have to. Is Fantasy Life?
Son of a bitch.
This game actually makes grinding fun. Because normally
Okay.
in most RPGs, like people who kind of sort of like RPGs, where they're like, I like the story, I like the concept, but I don't like grinding. Well, Fantasy Life makes grinding actually fun because you get experience for doing mundane things that you would normally be like, okay, I had to chop down this tree so I could craft X, Y, or Z. Well, you get points for that, and I mean, it's an odd concept for you to like chop down a tree and hear epic boss music while doing that. And Fantasy Life had that going on. It's like, man, I gotta chop down this tree, cue the epic boss music. It was a very interesting RPG made by Level 5. Level 5
yeah.
keeps on popping up around here. Made by Level 5. Unfortunately, Level 5 kind of the sequel to Fantasy Life is going to be on smartphones. So
Well, same thing with is the same thing with Professor Layton. So yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, well, they walk back on like Professor Layton stuff. They're like, no. This is a spinoff. This is not. But Fantasy Life,
But
apparently
but,
the fan
but
base.
you know what?
The Professor Layton fanboys.
Yeah.
But you know why? But you do. One of the reasons, and this is one of I have a video on my channel called Dear Gamer, and one of the reasons why a lot of the developers are going towards the mobile market, other than maybe the little money they, because the money's not as big as the dedicated gaming market. But I mean, even heck, when I was talking to to Kate and all these guys over in Japan with the platinum and everything, the thing they're talking about is because the mobile market are just regular people just buying games or whatever, and they don't be bitching and threatening their lives. That's one of the reasons they're like, I'm not getting into this mess. I love my game. I could go to the next and do mobile. I'll do it. And that's one of the reasons they do some of this stuff.
I mean, I can dig it, but the thing is like for a hardcore gamer like me, there's certain games that just I don't
No,
like. I'm gonna get Fantasy Life on my smartphone because I like Fantasy Life. But if it's gonna be like a microtransaction to heck, like I'd
well,
rather pay a flat rate and just own the game than be nickel and dimed the entire time I play a game.
that is
So if
true.
it's gonna be like that, I just don't care. Like I'm like, you lost me, Level 5, and you guys are cool, but if you do that, you lost me.
Well, but like I said, I understand what you're saying. I'm just adding that to a layer to people who don't know about stuff, who never talk to the developers. That's what they're
Yeah.
doing now because they just don't want the headaches. Like again, there's some of these there's some people who are doing games for the platinum games, only because remember, the director, the artist, not the composer, the producer, they got their lives threatened when Platinum was when Bayonetta was on the Wii U. They got threatened many times.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Wow.
They wanted to kill their family, and they talk about go rape this woman because remember the person who created Bayonetta was a female. All kind of crazy
Yeah.
shit. They don't want that headache. That's why I say I have a video on my channel called Dear Gamer because I'm speaking their thoughts to gamers to stop this bull crap.
Yeah.
But like I said, I digress. But that's cool, Red Fox. I understand where you're coming from with that game.
And
King
then,
Grip,
Yeah.
I would say King Grip, you just joined in. If you could hear us, basically the question is right now is what game that you think that a lot of people is not playing that you love on your 3DS that you could recommend to people? That it's basically like a hidden gem.
Uh, Heroes of Ruin. That's a
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good game.
that's
I
a fair
remember.
game.
I don't know who made it. Actually, I really don't.
But I know the game you're talking about.
Heroes of Ruin. I mean, this franchise isn't obscure, but this game is probably hard to find. It was hard for me to find it. Dead or Alive Dimensions. That's pretty good, and I think that's it. As an obscure, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. What about you, anime?
I think I found the one. I think I finally found the one from my 3DS library. Project Cross Zone.
Dang it.
Oh God.
Okay, you fuckers are pissing me off.
Project Cross Zone.
Yes, like I don't normally do too much tactical RPGs, but this one is just it grabbed my attention because all these characters from all these different Japanese companies just out, just like you got this strategizing and I love it. You know, it's a little
Okay.
short. It's a little short, but other than that, I love it.
Short.
I
Short.
think it's short.
Short.
I know, right? He says short. Well, you know what? To add on, let me jump onto that to what Anime just said. Yes, Project X Zone is one of those cool games that it was supposed to come out last year, but because Sega and everything was going with their problems, and they didn't want to, they didn't want. Like I said, I have this video on my channel of the backstory behind it, but they didn't want to renege. They wanted more money for their licensing, their characters, which is basically Hack Sign, the
Yeah.
Virtual Fighter guys. Capcom wanted to do the same thing too, but Capcom was like, okay, let's renege, and then it took them a while before Sega reneged and said, okay, go ahead, cause we'll take any money we can right now, cause we're like broke people right now. We'll take anything.
Yeah,
So, but
I actually bought the limited edition too. That came with, like the soundtrack and whatnot.
yeah,
which
we
was
did
really
too.
cool. So I was
Yeah,
like,
I did too.
it's a very
that was the last pre-order game that I ever pre-ordered because here's why I said pre-order this game. Why I pre-ordered the game. With the limited edition, it was the same price as the regular game. It was no
Yep.
add-on, no special features. Nothing. If you wanted to pre-order it, you pre-order it. Get that. If you don't, you don't. But it were no skins. There were no extra DLC with none of that stuff. And it was the same price. It wasn't not like $40 for the special limited with everything, and then $39.99 for the regular game. It was the same thing.
And I also like the game because it's something you don't see too often nowadays in video games. One, a tactical RPG being released on retail like that, you don't see that too often. And then second, it's one of the very few games out now where it's just Japan voices only with English subtitles. It's like you don't see that often anymore. Everybody
Well,
wants to hire
it
professional
came
actors.
from SRW Frontier. That's their style.
Yeah.
Monolith Soft. Yeah,
Yeah.
Monolith Soft does that stuff. So if you ever play the SRW games, that's basically what the SRW games are anyway.
I played
But
the game before that game came out. It was called
am I correct?
Super Robot Wars Unlimited Saga.
Oh, okay,
and,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That game, I mean, it's if you can find it. I mean, it might still be in print if you can find it. It's really good. You guys should play it. It's on the DS though.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
It's all right. So that's pretty well. That like I said, that game's coming out. Then Project Cross Zone 2 is coming out
Yes.
this fall. So anybody out there, play it. If you go find one, get it if you can. And then 2's coming out right now with more characters and more. Like I said, I'll ask a question to you, Anime. Just keep it going. What is the high? Because I know Katie don't like me for this, but what's the highest combo you got in that game?
We're back to this again.
The highest combo?
Yeah, because when it comes to games like these, I always like to get the high combos. I'm just a combo guy when it comes to stuff like this.
3 digits. I haven't played in a while, but it's up there. It's pretty hard.
Okay,
Just
okay,
turn it on.
Huh?
I'm just messing with Katie.
Oh, nah, Katie. The only reason is because me and her go back and forth with the combos thing, and I always get
Oh.
high
I mean,
combos.
you go
Well,
back
you
and
must-
forth with it.
Well, you, well, you like high combos. You like Marvel's Capcom too, 'cause that's all that game is. High combos.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, yeah, those are, yeah, like I said, Marvel vs. Capcom, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. I get high combos in that. Ninja Gaiden, Razor's Edge for the Wii U. I got high combos in that. Of course, the one that King knows about, More Monster Demon Blade. I broke the combo counter on that. So it's just something. Those are games that just games like that amuses me as an achievement, but not an achievement. You know, just something I got to do. So It's one of those things. So okay, that's good. So Project Crossover is yours. George, I'll ask you the question. I'll ask you the same question as anything. Is there one game on the 3DS that you think is obscure that you want to recommend to anybody out there? Maybe you got a George. You got a lag. Can you hear us? Well, I'll skip over George and go to somebody else. Katie, what about you?
Well, technically I had three.
Go right ahead. Hey, you part of the end duo. You part of the main team. So go right ahead.
Well, Project Crosszone is one
Uh-huh.
because you got me hooked from Endless Frontier, and I just love how it is with the cutscenes and be it the side scrollers and the characters and the fact that it had more characters but also had the characters from Endless Frontier as well. Like you got
Haken
Haken
and
and then you had
Kaguya.
the people like Kaguya and the people from Xenosaga, the Cosmos and Tados. That's my favorite two right there. And just Street Fighter, just everything. It just brings everything together. I just love it. The music's great. I'm staring at my poster I got because it's just so great.
I still, my poster is somewhere. I recently moved like a couple months ago, but I haven't unpacked it yet. It's like it's somewhere in the house. It's like I need to find it.
Okay, what other games you got then? CCJ 3. What games others you want to
Another
jump on with?
game, another game would be Code of Princess. That
Yes.
that game is just
I
I
love that
like it.
game.
It's like
That
a
game was
side
awesome.
scroller. It's 3D.
It's
It's
cheesy but
great.
funny.
It's full voice acted, which is, and it's not like those. It's good voice acting, and the story's great. It's just the challenges, and you can switch between whoever character that you want, really. So
You
gives you
level
that
up.
freedom.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like that too. And the last one would have to be Rhythm Thief
Oh yeah,
because
I forgot about that.
you know I love my rhythm games. And since, I'm hoping that, that
Sega.
there would be an Elite Beat that comes out, but it's never going to happen. But it just filled the void for me transferring from Elite Beat agents from DS, and now 3DS had a rhythm game. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. So, and it's
Okay,
not
yeah.
like you just have one thing. It has like different mini games in with the story and everything, and it's just great.
Okay, pretty good. There you go. Three games from my little sister. That's the gems, including that Rhythm Thief. A lot of people didn't really pick that up, and that's a pretty cool game if you can find it. It has a story, it has the different, like I say, if you like music games, and and it's like Professor Layton meets Elite Beat Agents. That's what it's kind of like.
Hmm.
So that's pretty cool. What about you, Dr. Feelgood? What about you? Have any games that you have, like I said, that people obscure that people maybe didn't pick up?
Well, y'all took the only two I was thinking about, so I will go ahead and speak on one of them anyway.
Go ahead.
You bastards. Anyway, my game was going to be Fantasy Life. 'Cause- and the reason why is because I think that game is basically the perfect amalgamation of an MMO and a single player RPG. Because you don't have to have hundreds of players online to defeat a boss or whatever, but you can actually go on a quest and actually complete like other things in the game with two more people, so in groups of three. And the people can make weapons for you and drop them off when you link up. I mean, the game is great. I mean, it doesn't take long to beat the main campaign, but like the DLC and the monsters you have to fight, ridiculous. And you can actually help people, like people that are lower level than you, level up without them even really having to throw a single punch in a fight.
Yeah.
So to me, it's easily one of the most accessible RPGs, but at the exact same time, the story is actually great. The few cutscenes it does have is pretty, are pretty nice. I like the anime style in it, but overall, the game makes like Red Fox said, the grinding in it is actually fun, and it actually has more of a benefit of just making you more powerful. It's like they make grinding just they make you want to grind. Like Call of Duty, you grind just to get a few skins for your weapon and things like that. Other RPGs you grind to maybe get unique weapons. But this game makes you grind because you need certain ingredients to create certain weapons, and it makes you grind in a way that you have to actually take on every single job class in the game. You have to. Like there is no way around it. I mean, you can be a woodcutter, and a weapon may require you to have some wood, but it's like, you know what? You also need this button, so you have to be a tailor. And some things you can find, and some things can only be made by a certain class. So the game is great, and it makes grinding a lot of fun. I've already got like well over 100 hours in that game. I think the Good Shepherd, shout out to him, he's like well over 200 hours. And
Wow.
I wouldn't even go to another person that got us both into it.
Quan
Quan
Manchu.
Manchu, that dude, before I even bought the game, back in October, he was talking about, yeah, my mom and I, we're already like level 200. It's like, dude, what the hell? The game just came out. But that game, I recommend it to anybody. And I'm like Red Fox, I'm a bit let down that the sequel is heading to mobile. But I'm hoping that one day, if not the Wii U, then the next system, then we actually see that game on a console because it deserves it. It really does. That game could give even Xenoblade Chronicles a run for its money as far as like the amount of hours you may want to spend grinding.
Well, it's a level 5 RPG, and level 5. I mean, I was dead into them back in the day when they made Dark Cloud. So, I mean, they almost everything they do is really good.
Yeah, they're very skillful.
Yep. Okay, that's pretty cool. So y'all say that. I mean, I don't know if Mike, are you back yet, or you still? Let's see if he's Double M's back. Nope, I don't think he's back either. All right, well, let me add to what I gotta say is basically all you guys took some of my stuff anyway. So hell, Court Princess was one of the games I was gonna say that, as my sister just basically said, because like I said, at its peak you could have joined online and do online. It's a side scroller. I mean, the beat 'em up game has basically also next genre that's has gone down very small, and side scrolling beat 'em up, and it has 3 planes, and you could jump between the 3 planes. The voice acting, like you said, is one of the games that's fully voice acted all the way through, all the way through. That's one of this. There's not many games like this. The stories are when you get to the story, you figure out what's going on and how to do it. It's pretty cool. And like I said, it's one of those things that I leveled up one of the characters I maxed it all the way, and I was like, it's not one of those easy games to beat. It's easy to the main game if you take it to a certain way is, but the challenge mode. That 50 challenge mode that they have, that is tough as hell. So
Yeah.
I have not beaten all of those yet. I think I got maybe 20 more to go, and I'm leveled up, and is the way you gotta link the combos together to keep those guys on their toes. It's just very difficult. So that's one game I would say that a lot of people play that. I should say that a lot of people didn't jump into that. The next game I will add to that excuse me, that I want to join on is if you had a chance, just like you guys talk about Zero Striker Gunvolt, I would say if you have a chance to get also Mighty Gunvolt. See, I bought it and most people bought it when it was brand new. You get the Mighty Gunvolt for free. That's
Yeah.
also a pretty cool game, Mega Man style of doing it, the old style of 8-bit coming forward. So I like that. I know Katie just remembered Bravely Default. She's talking about Bravely Default right there. That came out. It's sold, and the second one's coming over. Coming over to the 3DS as well, which is a good thing. So, like I said, all these guys just list off some gems that I think that people should, check some videos, do your research, and buy. We're not saying that you have to buy them. Just look at research and see if this is up your alley. That's one thing on my channel I've always said. If you do the research, you should not be paying money for bad experiences. Look and research before you buy. If you do it for a car, your house, and everything else, your apartments, why the hell don't you do it for your video games? I never understand that, but I digress.
It's all about graphics, That's all it takes to sell.
Man, that's a damn lie. It's all about follow the leader.
But before we go into any more
Graphics, son.
let's go with different drama. Before we get into drama, I don't want that. Let's go to the next part. Now, the other part of that was, you see, the one thing that that we talked about, most of the games are 3DSs. The 3DS's game. Now, I was gonna say, is there a backlog or an older game that you could play in 3DS? It could be an eShop game again, or it could be a DS game that you like. What? Give me two games again if you want. What two games from the old console? Because one thing about the 3DS, the same to the Wii U. The 3DS has the largest gaming library for handhelds, bar none. Just like the Wii U has the largest gaming library for the console because all the things you could do with each console with the indie shop, indie games, all those crazy stuff like that. So I will start off with you, Poppy. You know what? Let me start off with Dr. Feelgood. Let me go with him first since he said they take your stuff. Ken, if there anything like a DS or a eShop game from the past that you play that you like that you will pass on to everybody out there?
Um, well, I'm pretty sure it's obvious. I'm pretty sure everyone has this game, but I would. You say from the DS, right?
It could be, yeah. I'm just throwing there, not a 3DS game because remember the 3DS could play DS games, and again, if you want to say example, if you want to say like Red Fox was saying the Metroid, Metroid Return of Samus, it's an old game, but you can play it on your 3DS. Something from the past that you can play now.
Um. Wow. Well, to be
Don't tell me I
honest,
give you the mic now that you can't. Now you can't.
well, I'll say this. This game is already popular, but I definitely plan on going back and buying them and going through the game again. But Pokemon.
Okay.
Like I actually do like the Pokemon games. I hadn't played in a while. I recently, of course, I got X. I didn't get the new ones yet, but I did get X, and I started getting back into it. But I mean, to me, I love those games a lot, and of course, the ones on the DS were fun as hell. So, I mean, I definitely will recommend those to anyone. If you like RPGs and you like the grind and you love to be challenged, trust me, there's plenty of people out there that promise to take you down.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Let's see, Micah is back right now. So, Mike, I'll ask you the question. That's just as I said. The question is now: any game from the past, not a 3DS game, any game from the past, but you could play on a 3DS, like a DS game or a virtual console game for them. What game that you think was pretty good that you would like to recommend to people that you love? You could do two games
Um,
if you come up with two games.
well, Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. No,
Okay,
Not Downhill Jam. Tony Hawk's American Skateland.
that's a
That
DS
was,
game.
yeah,
Yep.
Okay,
that was probably one of the most awesome Tony Hawk's games I played.
okay,
Like
okay.
that game was actually awesome. Like I went through it. Like I didn't finish all the objectives, but put so much hours into that game. That game was just fun as hell.
Okay.
It's one of the best because I was a big Tony Hawk's fan, and that's probably one of the best Tony Hawk's games I've played. After probably Tony Hawk's 2. I think another game. Let me think. I played a lot of DS games. I'm trying to think. Hmm, I would say. Wait. Oh, Game Boy. See that? Oh, that's a lot of games to go back through.
That's why
Um,
okay. That's why I'm giving
um,
everybody a chance. It just if you can figure one out, if not, you can pass on. It's cool.
um,
I'm bad.
I'll go with one
Oh,
from the Game Boy Advance generation. Actually, I'll do two more. Actually, I'll do one from the Game Boy Advance generation. Sonic Battle, that was pretty good. And what game was I gonna say now? It's completely slipped my mind. That's it. How could I let it slip my mind? Metro Prime Hunters, like the multiplayer on that was awesome.
Okay.
It wasn't the
Okay.
best single player mode, but the online multiplayer mode, it was like Unreal Tournament for the handheld, and I just loved how you had like every hunter had their own head-up display
Hmm.
and ultimate form. There was a lot of attention to detail, and it was probably one of the in terms of online infrastructure, it probably has one of the strongest infrastructures out of any of Nintendo's games.
for that point at that time in the point, basically until Wii U. You're right. Yeah, it did. So that's okay. That's pretty good. KD, what about you? Any games that you played in the, like I said, that you recommend that could play on the 3DS that you like? I mean, like I said, we have about 100 game. We got 100 DS games
A
in our vault.
million. Just a million. I'm really trying to like narrow it down to like at least 3. But I have some that.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh wait. Let me just mention. So I got to take back the Sonic Battle one because you can't play Game Boy Advance games on the 3DS unless you got some of those for Ambassador. I'll say this one: Castlevania: Dawn of Sorrow on the DS.
Okay. All right.
That game is awesome.
Okay. All right. Let the lady go. I'll let the lady go next. Go ahead, Katie. Go ahead. See which one you have.
I was gonna say first. I actually picked this up back last night, really. And I just mentioned it is Elite Beat Agents. Like, Elite Beat Agents is really a good game if you're into rhythm games because it brings all the favorites and old favorites too, like Jamiroquai, and there's a Michael Jackson song in there, and it has like nice dancing too. I like the mechanics of it as well. And the story, it's ridiculous, but it's like you just gotta love it. I mean, it's true.
Yep. And I'll point out this, like I said, just like how I'm good with combo games, the break combos and stuff. Like I said, this is that's her wheelhouse because she's beating elite agents with the what is it? Was it the cheerleaders?
Yeah,
I mean,
the hardest level is the one with cheerleaders.
I can't even keep up with that thing. Holy crap!
And then there's another one where you get the person who leads the whole agency. The chief, but he's wearing a cat head, and I don't know why, but
that's how hard
Japan. That's why.
I'm good with combos in rhythm.
Yeah, in rhythm games, that's her wheelhouse.
Rhythm combos, that's me.
Okay, what else?
Super Robot, SRW, Endless Frontier.
Of course, I know you listed that.
Come on, it's great.
You took mine.
Really great. I mean, it's really great. And I really wish Exceed would be here. I want Exceed. I really want Exceed.
Mm-hmm.
So great. And then the last one that I have is the Mega Man Star Force series. I love Mega Man in general, but I really liked how Star Force was.
Okay.
Because of how the battling was, the systems, the bosses was great, and I just really love the story. I maxed out Star Force 3, and I'm like, I need to max out the others.
Okay, that's pretty good. So there's 3 games right there from the past. Again, people that these games you can play in your 3DS. So if you have if you have a drought per se, there are other avenues to play games. Okay. All right. So George, you're back. What games from the past? And I'll let it go to 3 if you have 3. But what games from the past, other than a 3DS game that you can play on the 3DS that you would recommend to people, George?
Okay. So basically on the DS, right?
No, any game that you could play on the 3DS, but it's not a 3DS game. So it could be a DS game, it could be a virtual console game, like I said, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay. So any game that I would want
You're lagging.
on the virtual console, I would like
You're lagging.
Super Mario made the remake.
You said Mario 64 remake?
Oh, that was a good game. That was a very good game.
I think he's like Michael said, he's lagging. So
Yeah, that was really great.
Yeah, you lagging pretty bad.
You lagging bad, brother. You lagging bad.
Okay, hey George, if you can hear us, we're gonna. Just for a second, I'm gonna pass on, and I'll come back to you after everybody's gone through this stuff. Anime. What about you? What games do you could recommend?
When it comes to RPGs, there's Dragon Quest IX on DS, which was pretty good,
Okay.
and was probably one of the best Dragon Quest. Well, still have to get that to 8, which I'm glad it's coming out for 3DS. But I got it on PS2. But anyway, my other RPG would be Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Actually, another good one as well was Partners in Time. Partners in Time was awesome.
I didn't care about Partners in Time much. I did Bowser's
Hater,
Inside Story.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
No,
The
Bowser's
whole
Inside Story.
items in order to, the whole you needed items in order to use your special attacks ruined that game.
You hating ass. Nobody wants to take that ass.
Look,
Hey,
hey,
guys,
all I'm gonna say is this: they didn't go back to that battle system after that game. That's all I'm gonna say.
The items in the battle system were awesome. What do you mean, man? You lot are just a bunch of haters.
Bowser's Inside
Them
Story.
spinning shells were crazy.
Yeah, Bowser's Inside Story. I just like the story in general was good. It was funny, and it was fun also playing as Bowser and doing his battles compared to just Mario and Luigi and doing their battles. It was just a good. It was just a good overall game. And my last
Okay.
my last DS game would be it was done by Way Forward, Contra 4.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's
Yep.
not bad. That one is really one of those hard games, a rare game as well too.
Yeah, and it was Konami, they couldn't do one, so Way 4 had to do all the dirty work, but it turned out to be one of the best games I played on DS, and
Yeah, that game
definitely
came
good
with
throwback.
original Contra and you had to unlock it.
Yep.
When
I
it
have
comes,
that cartridge.
like I said, when it comes to sprite-based games, NC Create and Way Forward are on top of the world when it comes to those guys are really good. And Atlas, I
Yeah.
have to get Atlas as well too. Atlas have
What
their
about
skill
Treasure?
too.
What about Ubisoft?
Treasure.
No, I said when it comes to sprite-based side
I'm
scrolling
taking
games.
the mic.
I know you joking, like I'm not. Treasure's all right, but they don't have the what I said. But I mean, but like all their games of Way Forward. We could list. I could list all the games that come from Way Forward that sold, and
Oh,
was critically
Frank
appraised.
Pixelman.
Huh?
Mhm.
And NC Create as well too.
No, I
I'm
thought
not
you were
saying
gonna say
Treasure's
they're
bad.
all great.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. My mistake.
No, I said that. I thought you were going to say that all of NT Creates and WayForward's games are all sprite and pixel based, whereas Treasure does a lot of stuff
Yeah, and that's
in
what.
terms of style.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But NC Creates, it's like what it's just like on Nintendo's with the platformers. We know that they're king when it comes to that. That's what I'm trying to purvey that when I say NC Creates and also Way Forward, because again, remember Yacht Club came from Way Forward, so there's the next added to the collaborator. So, but you know what? Like I said, that's pretty cool. So that's good how you said right there. King Pachi, what about you? If any games that you played in the past that was, like I said, you recommend to people that's DS or virtual console that's not a 3DS game?
There's gonna be a good number of them, so I'm just gonna run through them.
Go ahead. But you know what? Let me say this, because I want you to, like I say, expand about it, because you're a very cool person that I love to have in my cast. The first one you think that's pretty good, that you think that nobody has heard about, say it and expand about why you like the game, and then you can run through the others.
Oh, no one has heard. I don't think any of these no one has heard about.
Well, you know what I meant. Because remember,
Uh,
yeah, because like I said, with the whole drought thing. Whenever there's a drought, people don't want to go back to old games to play, but they never played before. So
well,
it
the
could be a
game.
popular game.
Well, the game I was gonna mention, I guess first was. I was gonna mention Mario 64 DS, but I mean, I don't really have to explain anything there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. I'm cool with that one.
Now, some of these games, some people aren't going to like, but I did. So it's Mario 64 DS. I like Mario's 3-on-3. I like basketball, so that was enjoyable.
That was a very good
That was
game.
actually a pretty good game.
Yeah, that 3-on-3 thing was pretty cool.
The World Ends With You.
Oh yes, I forgot about that game. That's an awesome game.
Oh,
Uh,
Snitch. Yeah.
Kirby Superstar Ultra, and well,
Oh
dang.
yes,
Oh yeah, Custom Robo. Yeah, there we go. Custom Robo for the
Custom
DS.
Robo. There
For the
you go.
DS.
Yep.
I still
But
need to
the
get.
world ends with that. You know what's funny so far? I'll get to Red Fox or Poppy, but it's so far we are naming games that are really one of the like you just would name the world ends with you. That's also a rare game to find too. That is
Yep.
that's a difficult game that's rare to find and it's worth money too, beyond the $30 to $40 of console, which is that's a good game. I like the concept of that game. So okay, so we have so that's your list right there.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. All right, Mr. Red Fox, what about you?
Um, since I love JRPGs, traditional JRPGs,
Mhm.
um, so I'm going to jump into three that you may have heard of that are really really good. Sands of Destruction, made by Sega, or it was published by Sega. I think it was made by someone else, but it's a really good RPG. Sega made a anime about it. The anime is terrible, but the actual game is really really good. It has a really twist ending that you don't see coming. The second one is an RPG slash space sim published by Sega, made by Platinum Games, called Infinite Space. Um, and it's really, really good. It, too, has a twist ending that you don't see coming. And my last one is an RPG that was made by Atlas called Radiant Historia.
That I know
And
about.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
yeah, Radiant Historia. Oh, it's like people are always saying they want a sequel to Chrono Trigger. Radiant Historia is as close as you're gonna get. It's about as close as you're gonna get to a sequel to Chrono Trigger, and about as good as you could possibly get and have a sequel to Chrono Trigger. And it too has a wonderful twist ending that you just don't see coming. But those three games, I'm gonna go back and play those games if there's ever like a drought on the 3DS, because those are three really good DS games.
I don't think you can have a drought on a 3DS at this point in time. There's too many games.
Well, you can't, but there are people who are saying there's nothing to play. I'm like, well, what do you have in your library?
People are saying that on the 3DS.
I
Yeah.
don't see how
Yeah,
you can
there
say
are
that.
people who say that.
I just bought my new 3DS, and I was gonna buy a bunch of games. I bought Xenoblade, and I started it up, and I'm like, I don't have time for other games.
Even,
Good.
there's
Yeah.
so
You
many
get that
games
Xeno
on
crack.
Yeah, that's my problem too.
Get on that
My
Xeno
back catalog from all the way to SNES, it's like from SNES to now, it's like, gosh, I have a big catalog.
And there's so many other games that I didn't mention for the DS, but I'm gonna let everybody else finish, and I might mention them later.
Okay, no problem. You know what? Okay, let me pass it on to Poppy 2K. What about you?
I mean, there was a lot of very games I thought could be redone. I think everybody would agree that the 2D Castlevania games should come back.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that handheld is a perfect home for those type of games. Even if they did translate them into the console market, but I for one, I really enjoyed nearly every single DS and Game Boy Advance Castlevania game that came out. In my
Okay, so
opinion.
that's pretty good. You got any? And so
Because
that's
remember, you could play the Game Boy Advance on your DS, so you could have put your Game Boy Advance carts in there.
but they have
You have the
some,
Game
but
Boy.
there's some of those Castlevania games became virtual console games.
Yeah, but not the DS ones, just the Game Boy Advance.
No,
Right
that's
now.
what I'm saying. But you can play your DS games on your 3DS. So yeah, a mute
Yeah,
point
yeah.
at the.
No,
It's a
I'm
mute.
saying,
Yeah.
yeah.
But any others? Any others want to throw in other than Castlevania?
I just think Castlevania, man. There's like a missing sector or that side-scrolling genre even in the 3DS section.
To a degree, I would say to a degree. There's still a lot of side scrollers out there that a lot of people have not discovered. I can tell you that right now for what I've seen.
Okay.
But to a popular market, like you just said, yes, you are right, because everybody's going to a certain You know, in this generation now that we're in right now, everybody's following everybody's trend. That's why I'm asking everybody here, and that's what I'm saying. Like I said, with Grimky Pachi and everybody, we are naming some games that are rare that a lot of people have not touched,
Hmm.
and it's hard to find. That's why I like. Talking to you guys. We've listed a lot of games that are cost. Like I said, like Katie said with XC, Green Project said with Earl ends with you. I mean, ton of these games that are hard to find. Code Princess, all these games. So
Ooh.
it's something that people could go out there and look for. If you have a drought, if there's a drought for you, because again, everybody's preference is different. Everybody's taste is different. As we cracked the joke 3 NCasts ago, everybody wipes their butt with different toilet paper. It's just what it is. It's a common need, but we still use it. You use Angelsoft, you use Continental, you use the basic store brand, you use something else. That's how life is. So with that, King, I will let you. If you want to name out, you said you had
Uh,
some more you want to name out. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, cause if anybody can find these games, you need to play them. Like some of these games, I'm pretty sure people play. Like Ninja Gaiden on the DS was probably one of the most innovative games I played for the
I
DS.
have that. That's a pretty good
Um,
game. Yes.
I enjoyed GTA Chinatown Wars. The beautiful, I forgot the name of the
Yeah.
Beautiful Joe game that was on the DS, but that was pretty fun. Uh, I like the Call of Duties too. I like the you know how you use the stylus to aim in first
Yeah.
person shooters. I like that, so that's probably why I like those games. But I think that might have been it. Oh no, no. Oh yeah, I forgot. Some of the best Sonic games: Sonic Rush, the
Oh
Sonic Rush
yes.
series,
Yep.
and
One of the games I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Super Sonic Warriors too. That was pretty much it. I played Super Sonic Warriors on the Game Boy Advance pretty much that entire generation. So the second
Okay.
game stayed in my DS the whole time as well.
Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. For my list, you took one of my games, which is the Sonic Rush series. You took that. I was gonna use that. That's a pretty good Sonic game. Like I said, Katie was the first one to get all the Chaos Crystals and beat the true boss before me, and that was pretty good. I like it because of the music. The music was awesome, and the fluidness of the movement. I love in that game. Here's two games that I want to list off that a lot of people nobody mentioned them, but they're pretty good games. One is I love Okami for the Wii, but I also love it for the 3D for the DS.
Oh, I never played
Oh,
that.
Okami
Kamiden.
Okami Okami is a pretty good
Fantastic.
scaled down version of Okami. It's a different story altogether, but I'm just saying it's a scaled down like they kept it intact very well. And it's so cool with using the stylus is more accurate. Very good game. It's a good long action RPG adventure game. And it really I like that game that much. The next game that I like, one of my favorite Kirby games is Kirby Mass Attack. I love that Kirby Mass Attack because it's not you're not about sucking in enemies whatever. It's trying to survive the whole stage with 10 Kirby's, and it's not easy at many times to survive the whole stage with 10 Kirby's at all. And of course, one thing about Kirby games I love, and I love Sakurai for doing this, is he also puts in, I like how they always put in like the mini games. That's like how you said Super Ultra Superstar for the DS. All the mini games and stuff behind it, which they give you a full game. I love that. And that's a DS game that I like that extends to that point. And of course, Endless Frontiers, Katie just said too as well. Again, those are also hard games. And you know what game, and just as Red Fox said about this, if you ain't play this game, this is one of the best port of the game. Because the PlayStation 1 had a bunch of load times, and it just slowed it down crawlingly bad. Chrono Trigger DS is a hard game to find.
Ah,
That's a next game you gotta get. If you love Chrono Trigger, you want an RPG that's one of those cool RPGs from the old time, Chrono Trigger DS. Find that. Pick that up.
can't go wrong with
Pretty
Chrono Trigger.
I got on SNES, but yeah, I agree.
No, what I'm saying, if you get it, and if you have it, but it was ported to the PlayStation 2. But
Yep.
the problem is they had those load times that were just it broke up what you call it, just like you said, it came from NES to loading, then back to the DS where there's no loading. The
Yeah.
fluidity just didn't transfer that well.
If you
And
can't
another
afford an
game I
S,
forgot. Go ahead,
So
sorry.
if you can't afford the SNES version, because that goes for like $105 now, get the DS version. It comes with that and much
But
more.
that's a hard game to
Or
find as well too. Go ahead, Red
or
Fox.
if you can't find the DS version, this is a surefire way to get it. If you go to the Wii, if you own a Wii U or a Wii, you can go on the eShop, which is still there, and pay $10 and get the game.
Yep.
A game that normally retails for the DS, I think it's like $40 for the
Uh-huh.
40 to $50 for if you
NES
want
is
the
up.
original, the purest. If you're a purist, it's over 100. But or
Yeah.
you can pay $10 and get it digitally.
Yep. So that's the next game, and I would like to add one more game that I just popped in my head. I don't have it in my DS right now. One of the last couple EA games that I love, and a lot of people maybe don't know about this, which is pretty good, is Henry Hathworth. I don't know if anybody knows about that, but it goes to what you just said, Papa Tuki, about the side-scrolling action thing. It is a puzzle game. We match three, but it's a way different thing because the top screen is a side action beat 'em up, and then the enemies drop down into the puzzle, which is in the bottom screen, and you gotta delete them before they come back up and attack you. But you gotta still it's like Mega Man X. I mean, it's so much games. It's kind of like how Shovel Knight is. It's so much. It took from so much different games and put it together in a game, and it's so cool. So you have to keep the screen, the top screen fighting the enemies, and the bottom screen to make sure the enemies are gunning weights to get your powers and they don't come back and re-attack you. So that's the next game I just bought just as a backup, and that's the next game that's hard to find. It's like I said, I put it into North Carolina. I bought the last one in North Carolina. The next one is like in Kentucky in GameSpot. So that's the next game that's hard to find. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people right here. Basically, as we list off some games that if you have a drought, again, it's all about preference, but all these guys list out some great games that you should check out. Really, like I said, go video, do your research, and check them out. All right, the next question is to keep this going through quickly. This is a question that I had a poll question that I do for my NCAS, and I'm gonna ask you guys this individually, but by ranking. I'm gonna go down by ranking. But the poll question was, and the sad part about it is nobody got it right. And the poll question is, what is the top five game franchise that sold Nintendo's hardware, which is handheld and home consoles of all time? That's the question I asked for the poll. And the reason I asked that question because I know a lot of people wouldn't get it right when they're talking all the stuff with the Metroid and everything else. So you know what? I was figured it right, and I was right. So I'm basically everybody got number one right. So I'll basically go by a number. You give me guys your answer, and I'll give you an answer behind that. And for anybody out there because I'm gonna put an answer in the poll question too. This is on Nintendo's wall in Washington, Reading. When you go past the White Room, if you're lucky, and some of y'all will never do that, but it has the mural on the wall of the games that does that. And also, I checked it with Kenji with the stuff I had to double check it to make sure. So this is how it's gonna go. So right now, what is number one gaming franchise that sold Nintendo's hardware? So I'll go from left to right. Micah, what is number one?
Mario.
Dr. Fielgo, what do you think?
What was the question again?
The question is, what is the number one? Basically, I'm asking the top five games that sold Nintendo hardware franchise. But what was number one that sold? What number one franchise sold the Nintendo hardware? Double M just said Mario. What's your answer?
Uh, Top franchises, of course, Mario. I think it's so. But if you talk about hardware as far as portable. I'm sorry, handheld as well as home consoles.
All
You have to
yeah, all
also.
together, all together. We just
Mm.
doing. We going one by one. So I'll just say what's number one, and he said Mario. So what's your number one? What
I
do you
would
think
definitely
is the
say
number
Mario
one?
still. I would say
Okay.
Mario Kart.
Okay, I'll say okay. Like I said, we're gonna break it one by one, dude, and keep it going. Katie, what about? Like I said, Katie know the answer, so I ain't gonna worry about that. George, are you there? Okay. Anime, what about you? What's number one?
I probably say Mario, just Mario in general, like both the main games and the spin-offs all put together.
Okay, well, like I said, that's why I say franchises. But okay, King and Pachi, what about you? Number one.
Well, since third party games sell consoles, Madden.
Okay, I'm talking about. Okay, let me make sure so I don't confuse the King.
No, 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 it's Madden. I know. It's Madden.
Okay.
Okay.
Got one.
I
I
know the
got one.
question.
I'm talking about. Okay, when I say number one, I'm talking about the one franchise right now that sells the most Nintendo console, Nintendo
Oh, my bad,
consoles.
my bad. Call of
That's why I
Duty.
said, yeah, that's why I say that.
Call of
Number
Duty.
one haha, you're funny again, dude. Stop playing that.
It's
Number
Mario.
okay,
Don't
that's your number one.
jinx.
Okay, George, you said you back in now. What your number
Yeah.
one is?
I think Mario Kart.
Okay, Red Fox. What about you?
I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but I'm gonna say Tetris.
Okay, Poppy 2K. What about you?
Um, the game, a game franchise, or
Yes, game franchise. Yes, game franchise.
um,
Number one right now. I'm at number one, the one that sells the most
uh,
Nintendo consoles of all time. Number one. What's your number
oh,
one?
I was gonna say Nintendo Land. I mean,
I'm
not
talking about
Nintendo Land.
Wii
I'm
U.
sorry, Wii Sports.
Okay, that's your answer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Number one selling game. Number one selling game for Nintendo hardware is of course Mario, as most of y'all said. That's the number one selling
Yeah.
franchise.
Thought it
Okay.
was
Mario.
thought it was Madden.
You're a smart
I
ass.
just threw something against the wall. Thought it was stick.
No, but that's what I'm gonna go. I'm going down my scale by what game sold the most console one that made people go out and buy the console, and
I don't
that's
know
where
why I kept on thinking Duck Hunt and that Super Mario pack-in. I always kept.
yeah. But Mario's number
Yeah.
one. That one
Okay.
is the one that everybody got in the question poll. I have
Okay.
over 100. I have over 90 people answer the question, and Mario was the number one, of course.
Survey
Okay.
said.
No, yeah. Now let's go to number two. Let's go to number two. So I'll go again. Micah, number two overall.
Pokemon.
Okay, Dr. Feelgood, number two overall.
Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and say Pokemon.
Okay, George, can you hear me? What's your number two? Okay, he's lagging again. Anime, what about you? What's your number two?
Pocket Monsters.
Okay, King Grimpachi, what
You
about you?
had to
Number
be
two.
smart.
I'm gonna be different, and I'm gonna say Donkey Kong.
Wait,
Okay,
I got number two. Sorry.
okay, what's your number two?
Um, I have to say, I have to say Pokemon. Yeah.
Okay, Red
I'm gonna say,
Fox, what about you? Number two.
Uh, Pokemon.
Poppy 2K, what about you? Number two.
what sells consoles?
Yeah.
I mean, Pokemon. I want to say Pokemon because people already had the systems and they just ended up buying the damn.
Okay. All right. Let me switch it around and say this. Pokemon is in the top five. That is true, and I'm happy that you guys named it. Number two though is Tetris.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Well, see,
Yeah,
I
because
said
it sold
Tetris
that out.
first,
Yeah, that sold Game Boy.
and
Game Boys
That's
like
sold
nothing
yeah,
Game Boy
else.
that's
and
the
Game Boy
reason I said
Color.
Tetris was because it sold the Game Boy, the
Yeah,
Game
but it
Boy,
didn't
the
sell as
Game Boy
much as
Play.
Mario.
Well, I mean, clearly it's not going to sell as much as Mario, but
Well, yeah.
it still was up there.
Yeah, it was there. So number two was Tetris. It sold the Game Boy and it sold the Game Boy Color because it had DX, Tetris DX, and it went like butter at that time. Okay, number three. Listen now, number three. So I'll go again. Micah, what's number three? What's your number three?
Pokemon.
Dr. Fielgo, what's your number three?
Number three. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and say Zelda.
Okay. George, can this time can you hear me? Number three.
Zelda.
Anime. What about you? Number three.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna say Smash Brothers.
King Apache. Number three.
I'm gonna be way different. Say Pilot Wings.
Damn, that's almost a slap in the face.
Okay, Red Fox. Number three.
Now I'm gonna say Pokemon.
Okay, Poppy 2K. Number three.
Mario Kart.
Okay, answer is Red Fox. Micah, you got it right. Pokemon.
Yeah, if it had to be two or three, I'd
Yeah,
do
but
that
that's
one.
too easy. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, but I'm just going number in order.
Oh,
That's how I'm doing this. That's how I'm
next one
doing
is
this.
Mario Kart.
Mario
Oh,
Kart.
number four. Okay, you wanna keep your answer? Let's go. Let's go,
Yeah,
Poppy 2K. Number four. What's your
Mario Kart.
answer?
I'll do
Red
Mario
Fox.
Kart.
Red Fox. What about you?
Uh, I don't know. I'll guess and say uh uh
Let me be careful. Like I said, I'll use Poppy 2K. You still with Mario? You still with Mario? Kart. Okay. I'll
What was
say
number
this.
three anyway?
I'm gonna say
Number three,
Donkey
Pokemon.
Kong.
Number three is
I'm gonna
Pokemon. Dr.
agree with
Feelgood.
Red Fox
Are we
on
on
that
number
one.
4?
3.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
we're
to get to number
Four.
four, but everybody's jumping in.
Oh,
Hold
yeah,
up, wait, wait, wait,
well,
wait, wait, wait. Okay, I'll say this, and then I'll continue on. Basically, you guys have said the top five already, but just not in order, which is understandable. So the answer for number four has already been said. I'll say that. Poppy 2K, Poppy 2K, you still sticking with Mario Kart?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Red Fox, let's try it again. Now, what's you
Donkey
said Donkey
Kong.
Kong? Okay,
Yeah.
King Grimpachi, you're number four.
Donkey Kong.
Anime, you're number four.
Smash Brothers.
Dr. Feelgood, What's your number four?
Wait.
I'm going to say Donkey Kong.
Michael, what's your number four?
Donkey Kong.
Okay. Number four answer, and I think Red Fox don't say it. Red Fox said it before, but Wii Sports Resort, and basically Wii Sports
No, I
franchise.
said it before. Yeah.
That
Okay,
was Poppy 2K.
Poppy yeah, but it's number
I was
four.
gonna give you
It's
number
sold.
5 as Wii
Oh,
Sports. I
hold on.
was.
We doing like of all time?
That's what I was saying. You didn't,
For
you
all
didn't,
for
when you
real?
glitched out.
For all
For
time?
real.
So
Of
then
all
Mario
time.
Kart's the last one then.
Damn it. He got it right. Number five is Mario Kart.
But not
Number
much.
five is
Not
Mario
much.
Kart.
Not much at all, right?
Finally got there.
Yep. Yep. Mario franchise, Tetris number two, three Pokemon, four Wii Sports. And when I mean Wii Sports, King, I'm talking about Wii Sports sold a lot of Wii's, and Wii Sports Resort is a part of that franchise. They also sold a ton of Wii's. I'm sorry. Next one is Mario Kart, as you guys just said. That is the number five spot. Number six is the game that you all said, and it is Smash.
Okay, I knew it was around Mario Kart. I didn't know if it was below or above.
Yeah. These are games that are plastered on Nintendo's mural. Like I said, if you if anybody ever get a chance to go to Nintendo Washington, you could go on the wall. There's a wall inside it that shows the games that sold the most consoles. They have that list on the wall as a painting, and with all kind of cool graphic art designs and stuff on it. But that is those right there. Everybody always think Metroid, Zelda. No, they're not
Oh, I know
consoles. They're not.
Metroid is
I
nowhere
guess
near.
Zelda,
They're
Zelda
not.
probably would be number 8, number 9, I say.
It just broke the top 10 of 10.
I know
Yeah.
Metroid is nowhere near.
Where Donkey Kong?
Metroid
No.
is not in the top 10. So again,
Now that doesn't mean they don't.
Where's Donkey Kong?
Donkey Kong is 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, even though they don't crack their top 10, it doesn't mean they don't make money off of Metroid.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about the money thing.
Zelda. It just means, yeah, these are the. Well, sorry.
No, the reason I put up that question for, if any, all you guys listening, is because as we started the endcast with, is I'm getting sick and tired of people who don't know what they're saying, keep on saying it, and bitching about stuff they don't know about. That's why if you don't, that's one thing like I said, I would like to do with anybody's videos, and like I said, if I don't know, those three words are the hardest thing to get out of gamers' mouth nowadays. If you don't know, you just don't know. I don't know, and now we keep on moving. I don't know what the NX is. If the NX is, I still don't know if it's a platform now. Even though they have Wall Street Journal says it's a platform for Reggie and everything. I don't know. I don't care, but I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate with the rest of people. And everybody, Metroid blew up, and everybody's getting angry about Metroid. I'm gonna do a video about that, of course, but angry about Metroid. People just don't. People just talk out of their mouths. It's not a constant.
Exactly.
It's never been a system seller.
Exactly. No, it's not just that either. But people are like, oh, they giving up on Wii U and it's coming out next year. But didn't they say that this E3 was about games coming out for 2015 and early 2016? They said that.
Yeah, but
But
on top of that, Nintendo has said in the past that, and on a few occasions, that E3 is not their focus anymore. So you're right.
like
You're right in that regard. That you're right. Like they said they're going to focus on games coming out this year and early next year, and they stuck to their promise. And for that, I can appreciate it. That's all I have to say. Do I like the digital event compared to last year? No, of course not.
nobody
But
here agree.
they
Yeah, but
kept their
nobody
promise.
does. But nobody does last from last year. But again, that's you can't have highs without
You
lows.
can't. Yeah, how are you
Yeah.
gonna top Reggie and Iwata fighting it out? I mean, come on now.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Nobody's ever had a consistent E3 for years and years either.
Exactly. Thank you. But my point was for that poll question was for that reason because the video I'm going to do about Metroid is because the biggest Metroid fans out there who say they're Metroid fans bought one game or one style of game. We didn't mean that they bought one game or they bought the Metroid Prime only. They never played the 2D side scrollers. Or they never played certain games. Or there's some of them
Some of
that
them
never even
never
played this.
played Metroid, period.
Never played the
Some
best
never
one,
played
Metroid.
some. Say that again,
Oh
King.
god.
I said they never played the best one, Metroid Pinball.
I was just gonna say exactly that. There's not even a lot of people who even play the spin-off, which was a good game. But again, I'll
Yeah,
put
I
that in
had
my
it
video.
because it came
Video
with a
out.
little Rumble pack. Yeah, for your
Yeah,
D.
yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, it's just. I love the fervor of people just saying stuff, and they
Yeah.
don't know what they're talking about. That's just one of my things, my gripes I have with the gaming YouTube community. I understand if certain people are misinformed or they don't know what they're talking about, and they could example is like I wish I had him on the NCAST tonight was like Andre. He made a mistake. He said, you know what? He made a response video that I made a mistake. I like people like that. Why just game YouTubers can't do that? I don't know, but let's keep on moving. The last one right now is this. Like I said, like this is the last question right here to keep it. So since we have so many people here, what and Mike, I know you. I could tell. I know you're gonna start some S. Don't start, please.
What do you want about?
But what game are you looking forward to in the future for the 3DS? Keep it, please keep it simple. If you like, tell me what you like about it, but we don't want no problems about it. So I'll start with Poppy 2K. What game are you looking forward to in for this year or maybe early next year that you're looking for your 3DS to play?
Um, I don't know. I think if they do another um build on the Bravely Default series.
Well,
That's
they're
what
gonna
I'm
build
looking
these
for.
fall second.
Yeah, but keep that like maybe like a Dragon Quest or something like that. I'm feeding for something like that right now.
Yeah, they
Okay,
said 7 and 8 was going to get released over here.
Yeah, I
okay,
hope
let's
it
now,
does.
okay. Let me put this. Let's put it this way. What games are you looking forward to in the future that is 100% coming out? Let's not go with hyperbole.
Oh, then Bravely Default. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, that's what I mean. I'm trying to we just keep it in the. I don't like
Oh,
to
okay.
give up
Yeah,
hype.
yeah. Bravely
That's
Default
why I said
2
okay.
or whatever. Bravely
Maybe
Second.
for a second.
Yeah.
What about you, Red Fox? What game do you have looking forward for your
Um.
3DS?
Oh Jesus. Well, I mean, I really am looking forward to for my 3DS. I'm really looking forward to uh Shantae Half Genie Hero. I heard that's going to
Yep.
be on the 3DS as well.
Yes, it is. It's going to be for all consoles.
So I'm looking for that. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, pretty good. What about you, King Green Party? What game did you see in the future that you would like to, like I said, that we know fact is coming out that you would like to buy, that you purchase for your console for the 3DS?
What is it? I forgot the name. I think it's LBX or something. It kind of reminds me of Custom Robo.
LB, oh, yeah, okay, LBZ.
Yeah, that. The new Dragon Ball coming out later this year in October. I can't pronounce the Japanese word, so I'm not gonna attempt to. Um, is that it? Oh yeah, that it's some. I forgot what it was called. I don't know if it's coming to the States, but it's some Final Fantasy game where it looks like it's not really a JRPG. It kind of looks like a hack and slash action adventure thing. So if that comes
I
to
think it's
America,
coming
I
only
like
to
that.
Vita. I think it might come to Vita. But I don't know about the
No,
3DS.
not that one. There
Oh,
was
okay.
one on the DS, and they look kind of like uh, they look like they kind of like had that chibi art style, but it was a different type of game.
Is
Isn't
that the one
Bravely
that's
Default
Square?
second?
Huh?
No, I don't think that's what he's talking about. I think it's
I'll
not the
try to
one that
look
they
it
showed
up.
at. It's not the one they showed at Square's thing, though, right? That's the
No,
one that
not
said
that one.
because
That's coming to
okay.
PlayStation 4 and Vita.
Yeah, that's why. Oh, yeah, no, I was just making sure. Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about first. Okay, my mistake. All right, but that's the games you're
Oh,
looking
it's
for.
it's called Final Fantasy Explorers. That
Oh, okay, yes, I know you're talking about now. Okay, you're right. Yes, yes, yes.
Didn't that
Forgot about
already
that.
come out?
I don't think it came out over here. Yeah, it came out last year in Japan, not over here though.
Yeah, he's right.
Ugh,
Yeah, yeah.
Square Enix and those localizations.
Well, it takes a while to localize Red Fox. Like Ken had me and Ken were going back and forth with Xenoblade Chronicles, and I didn't want them up, but it takes a while to localize certain games. Just including
Uh,
RPGs, it takes a while. It's one of those things. So
yeah,
what
okay,
about
for
you,
Final
anime?
Fantasy Explorers, I'll agree.
Uh huh.
But for Final Fantasy, for Dragon Quest 8 and 7, no dice on that one.
Well, yeah, but well, we don't even know. I do not know if they localized the game yet. I mean, if it's up to them if they want to sell it or not. That's Square's decision. So,
Yeah,
what about you?
yeah.
What about you, anime? Any game in the 3DS library that's coming up that you know is concrete that you're looking forward to buy?
Sonic Boom, Fire, and Ice.
Oh,
Nah, y'all know I'm joking. Bravely Second and Project Cross Zone 2.
All right, that's pretty cool. George, any game in the future 3DS library that you're looking forward to? And when game that's concrete, not hyperbole. Any game that's coming out that you know is coming out that you're gonna buy.
I think Bravely second so far.
Okay, pretty good. Bravely second for you. All right, Katie, what about you?
I'll say the same. Cross Zone 2 the most.
Okay, all right. But I know you're gonna pick up Bravely second later on, cause I know that's the one you bought. You bought one, and you're gonna pick up two.
Hopefully I'll
What
be able
about
to
you,
finish
Ken?
2.
Me,
All right.
I would say Bravely second and Cross Zone 2.
All right, that's pretty good. What about you, Micah?
I noticed how you waited for me for last for me.
Because I know what you gonna say. That's why I said I know you gonna say.
Fire Emblem Fates, and yeah,
Oh yeah,
that
that.
that game, that Fire Emblem game looks awesome.
Oh yeah, that looks cool as shit.
Awakening was the shit. This looks like the shit that goes on top of the shit.
I need those games too.
but that's gonna be like
That is a
two
lot of
different
shit,
versions.
dude.
That's gonna be like
A
a
lot
black
of
and
good
white
shit.
version, right? You're gonna have the dark and the light.
Oh, to be honest, if Nintendo pull it off right, like they do with Pokemon, it will be awesome.
Well, let me tell you this though, according from Kenchi, who already played the game and already done past like a lot of levels, the way that they did the dark and the way they make the decisions of making to go if you want to go dark or if you want to go Team Noir or Team Hadoshi, dark and light.
Bushido.
Let's go for right now. Yoshi, yeah. But let's go dark and light. If you the way that they made you make the choices, according to what he's telling me, is pretty cool. It's not a straight up decision of dark and white. Or if you're a sadistic guy, you want to go white. you want to go to the dark side, and then because some people in us, men still want to. Certain people still want to go towards the light when you make certain decisions. What happened is there are good characters on the dark side which you're born on. Your family members are likable characters. And then of course, the people who adopted you on the light side are likable characters. The only thing that's dark is the king, which is not, that's the difference. But your family members are cool people on the dark side as well too, and you have the choice to change between both of them before you make that final twist. And he said they twisted it very. The writers did a good job in doing that.
Oh, and also as well, obviously, Federation Force.
That's why I hold you back last.
No, I'm genuinely looking forward to that game.
I know you are, but I thought you were gonna throw heat behind it. That's why I know you are. I
No,
just
Beware
know.
I ain't got time for that, man. That's a dead horse, man. Stop being a dead horse. If you're gonna buy it or you don't buy it, it's that simple, man. Other than that, these people need to shut the F up.
Yeah, beware
like
the fire and pitchforks, though.
That was a nice
What?
video you did on that. That little
I
7
know,
second.
I know, right?
The what?
I like
No,
that
you was
little
talking.
7 second video you did on that. That was well put.
Which one?
The
The
one
one where
with
they, the friends you tell them the guy with the bad eye saying shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
No, it's
But
getting to the
anyway,
point where it's just
stupid.
yeah.
Basically, with that said, I want to thank everybody out there. Like I said, the 3DS library is very large. Like I say, it's a video games out there that you guys should check out. All my cast members just listed off very cool games that you guys should check out. Some are hard to find, but if you find them, they are that's what they call hidden gems. They are worth it in my case. But again, still do your research to find if that's your preference, please. Because I don't want you to be saying, well, King Apache or Papi Do Care, Mr. Red Fox or Liger said, hey, this game is great and I don't like it. That's on you again. I don't buy bad experiences. That's you. So do your research and find what you think that's your taste or not. But it's still, we listed a many plethora of games here. That's awesome.
Mhm.
And before I done, I want to say this to anybody out there. If this is going to start happening, which is I also before when the NCAS start, I have a question for each one of you guys off air that I want to see if you guys could do a favor for me in any way. But to keep on going, though, I will say this: next week, other than this NCAS going to be probably that I'm going to put up. Next week I'm not putting nothing up because I'm working on some videos. The week after next week is me and Katie. We're gonna do something called Purge Week. I'm gonna get out all my frustration, all my stupidity of this gaming channel out. It's gonna come every day,
Am I
a video
joining?
every day. But you can join into the endcast. Hear what it is. Next week Sunday, we're gonna talk about us just like how I basically got the idea from you, King Green Party, with the whole my 6 months in this YouTube community, how it's been and what I've seen. And also, it'll be a Q&A questions. If any for that, the question apps will be people who want to ask questions or whatever, so they could put it in there. I'll give it in there. Um, Next thing is let me point this out. Anderson Archella, I'm sorry that I did had. He's talking. One of his games he was looking for is of course Paper Jam from because he loved the Dream Team. And I'm really not answering a lot of questions today. I will ask the questions to next week. Any questions, basically to a point, you can put it. I want you guys to answer it right there. But basically, it's a purge week. I'm gonna put out a video every day at the most of talking about the whole thing about about standards, about the Metroid, about people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Gamers today, just purge it out of out of my system from what I've seen. Also, the whole thing about NX. I'm gonna basically take one of your ideas, Double M, and do a satire video like yours, and just get some and just do jokes like that and just go at it. And then the week after that, which is 2 Sundays from now, it will be an Ncast, just like the Gaming Bubble Ncast. This will be episode 2, where we talk about the things we hate about gamers. And that Ncast, I let anybody here, I let you all rant and rave and let it all out. Because I don't care. I won't care.
And that would be the one where I choose to be nice and be completely positive.
Time to turn Super Saiyan.
So basically, what you want us to do, you want us to go through a whole reboot.
You are. See what you. Basically, it's a reboot. Yes, we are going to just get everything out. So basically, because I want people because the gaming market is
Yeah,
falling apart, not because. Yeah,
All I'm saying is this, yeah. You remember the episode of Dragon Ball Z
yeah,
where Boo ripped a hole through time and space just because he was angry that he had no chocolate?
yeah.
Yeah, that's me on your next endcast. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, that's my point. That end cost, which I'll, like I say, will be 2 Sundays from now. You could, because basically what happened, the gaming community compared because Red Fox had this he talked about the first crash with your podcast with Poppy 2K and Konami and everybody else, which was pretty cool and it was good to listen to. The thing that's missing out of that crash was gamers wasn't irate and entitled and
No, because they didn't have
bitching.
the internet. They didn't have the internet to bitch
Thank
about.
you.
Well,
Yep.
it's and not just that. Gamers
Shots
back
fired.
then were smart enough to realize that when you're getting a bad product, you stop buying it. Like
Yes.
now, they keep on buying it. I'm like,
They're afraid that it go away.
But,
You know why they
yeah,
keep?
but
You know
maybe
why
it
they
needs
I
to
do
go
really,
it?
I
away for a
really, I
while.
really do feel that gamers feel that if gaming goes away, that'd be the end of the world. So they'll keep buying trash.
well,
But there's other stuff to do.
but
I
hey, but
mean,
you know
there's
what?
Go
other
But
stuff to do.
outside. Go to the beach. Go do
You
something.
know
But
what? You
some
know
but
what?
some
It's the
people this is
Get a
all they
girl.
want to do in their
Wife.
spare time.
Go
You know
watch
what?
anime.
Let me let's. In all honesty, if these gamers cause a crash to happen, I'm just gonna sit there and laugh my ass off. That's what I'm
Me
gonna do.
too.
I have
I'm gonna
enough,
laugh my ass
like
off.
I said, I have enough games to keep me going for a long time. Because as
Yeah, I
Katie
got more
said,
games than time.
yeah, like Katie said,
hmm
we have a vault of games from old. I mean,
It's
all
not
our
even that.
consoles.
Do you know how many gems you can get on eBay for good prices?
Yeah.
And I'm
I'm
more than
sorry,
happy
man.
to
I'm
go. I'm
laughing.
more
My
than
daughter, she's kicking some people's ass. She's only 6 years old, whipping people's ass on Splatoon.
Awesome.
nice.
Got you. But
Train
6
my
them
years
point,
from
old.
young. Train
but,
them from
but,
young.
but yeah, but check this out. That Ncast, like you guys just said, that Ncast, yes,
My
I'll let
sister's only
everybody.
11 and she's level 20.
Good, I'm happy for her. But anyway, to keep this one to end off suddenly. That's what I'm. That endcast is for that. Because the bubble's gonna pop, just like Kim McCarthy
Oh
said.
shit.
It's funny because it's funny that you people bitch about the same thing with Metroid. There's a good game that got good reviews, got everything on the Xbox, Sunset Overdrive. Nobody bought it. But then you have
It's got too many colors, man. You know that.
but
Too
but then you
colorful.
have but then you have Colonial Returns from Alien. That's sold 2.1 million.
That
That
piece of
was a
shit. Yeah.
and that's a bad game. And people bought that. Assassin's Creed was
Ass Creed.
initially was a problem. Was a problem, but it still sold over 4 million. It's still millions.
Yeah, I know.
Who's
So
playing Mario 3D World?
Not me.
Y'all better watch out before you get that copyright strike.
Oh shit.
Oh, sorry
but
about
my
that. That's me playing Captain Toad. My bad.
Oh,
but
I
my
I
knew
still
it was
need to
something
get that
Mario
game.
related.
yeah. But my
I'm
point
playing
is that
3D, man.
my point is this is the gamers now other than third party not third party, but let's not even say that, other than developers and publishers, let's put it all in one thing. The developers, publishers, gamers are also a part of the problem that's causing this game market to be
No, no,
really
gamers aren't a
messed
part
up.
of the problem. Gamers
No,
are the problem.
I think gamers are sheep. They
They
they let
are.
they take command from whoever
They're not sheep.
willing to
They're
do
not
it.
sheep. They're
They do whatever
flies.
they're told to.
They're flies.
Oh
Oh
That's
well,
why.
boy,
That's
hell,
why.
damn, that's even like more offensive.
They're
they,
That's
flies.
even
what you
worse,
saying?
Because
man.
it just
No, what you
they
saying? They
follow sheep.
flock to shit.
They flock to shit. That's all it is. And what
Shots
flies
fired.
do, what happens if what flies do when they land on something new? They regurgitate the same shit. So it's just shit. They're flies. That's all they do.
Yeah,
Big
it's
YouTube.
nothing
no,
wrong
they're
with being
worse. No,
being
you
a
know what?
sheep, especially if
You
you're
know
a
what? You
herder
know
is a
what?
good
You know
herder.
what they're wor- You know what they're
Yeah, you're
worse
right.
than. You know what they're worse than flies. Shall I tell you why? Despite how flies are, they still serve a purpose to the natural ecosystem of the earth. These gamers ain't showing no purpose to gaming whatsoever.
Well,
Nah.
they kind of do. You let the flies eat the shit, then you like, oh, that shit, I don't need to eat it.
Hmm?
There you go. That's the way I look at
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
We're
you know
just
what? He's looking at it from glass half full. He's not
yeah.
empty.
Let
hmm
everybody be the test dummy.
You know what? As
Mhm.
King said, because this uproar, I've seen your videos, King, when you talk about this stupid uproar of people getting so elite with Batman Arkham Knight. I don't understand it. I am gonna pick up the game, but I'm not. I was
I'm
never
not
gonna.
paying full price for that game.
I
It's not
was.
worth it.
No, it's not. It's not. I wouldn't pay full price for
Batman
it.
games are
I
Batman
just
games just never
know.
worth the full
Hey, but,
Well,
price.
but see, here's the worst part to me. I bet you that there's at least one person that after they read the interviews, after they read the articles that state that the developers knew about these PC flaws a year
Yep.
ago and are still
Yep.
prevalent today, I bet one person that knew this and read all these articles from all
Still bought it.
these media sites went out and bought the PC version.
Yep.
Still bought it.
You know
Just did
those.
not care.
You
You
know the
know
old
why? Because
saying.
they thought that it was corrected. That's why.
Yeah.
They
You know.
but
No,
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 no, no, no, no,
no,
no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no.
no.
Let's wait, Dr. Figure.
I
Wait,
mean,
wait, wait, wait. Here you go.
okay.
Here it is. Origins came out for PC broken.
It came out for everything broken. It's
No,
still
Well,
but
yeah, but my
it
point
goes
is,
back
no,
farther
but
than
No,
that.
no, no, no. You don't,
Arkham
you don't, you
Asylum.
don't, you don't understand how broken it was on
it was for
PC. Like
PC.
it was broken.
Yeah, but
Wait, wait,
all
wait,
of the
wait,
PC
wait, wait.
versions of Arkham have been broken. Asylum,
Exactly.
Origins,
they're still
City.
broken.
I mean, why
Well, no,
would
the
the
only
fourth
I
one
think
be better?
Asylum is fine now, but all the other two are still messed up.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait,
I
wait,
have
okay,
That's
yeah.
why,
I
like,
have the
I was
first two.
saying,
I
I
have
was telling the PC guys, I'm like,
Batman,
you
man, just
guys are
defended
acting
that
like
tower like
this is
nobody's
such a
business.
shocker. It's not. Look at what WB's last game was, Mortal Kombat X. I was looking forward to that until I saw that bullshit. I was like, I don't think
Well,
I'm
You
gonna
didn't
get
get
it.
it? No.
y'all should have just
Okay.
seen me how I just murked it. I was just defending on this tower in tower defense like mad, just shooting at everything in sight.
Okay, but to what King just said, and not to like you said, Red Fox. My point is this: gamers, half of the YouTubers do this just to get negativity sells. We know that.
Yep.
It does. You want you clickbait, your
Yep.
negativity sells, you're ranting, you're raving. That's what sells to get YouTubers to your channel so you can people subs. And some of these guys using ad revenue, some don't. I don't because I don't monetize my videos. I don't really care. I do this for fun. But my point is saying like
You
just
don't
like
need to monetize your videos, man.
I
You
know, I
just
know, I know, I know. Okay, okay, okay.
For the verbal harassment I get, I need to get paid.
Nice,
but my but my
real
point
nice.
but my point is those games, the past should tell you not to pick up Batman Arkham Knight at the beginning. That's what he told me, being that I was going to pick it up for PC. I was like, no, I'm not going to pick it up. I'll wait until the year-end version, or maybe about 6 months out. That's what my plan was to do from the get-go. But when you got people like just what King said about the money thing, you got Angry Joe who bought a PC version. He has an Xbox
He just wanted to.
361.
Yeah, he just
That's
wanted to
my
rant.
point. That's exactly my
He
point.
makes money off of the views. That's all he gives a
That's
damn.
my exact
Hey,
point.
his
The
Oh,
name is
I
same.
Angry Joe
spent
for
two
a reason.
$200, and then he throws the shit down and comes back. Oh,
That's my whole point of these big YouTubers. That's what I'm saying. They
it's
do
running
this.
at 30 frames per second. I got two Titans GTXs in my system.
That's the next thing I got to do with this whole sending thing that's pissing me off. Because I wish Red Fox, I have to talk to you afterwards for sure because there's something that happened today that I have to tell you something, which is
Uh-oh.
cool.
Well,
But
you can lead a horse
Oh,
to water, but
sure.
can't make it drink.
But anyway, my point is this week I'll be like I said, other than this endcast that's going up right now, that's what's going to be for this week. Next week I'll try to hit as much videos as I can out that week. And again, anybody here, you can rejoin for the podcast after next week Sunday, not this week Sunday, the one after where we talk about gamers, and I'll let you guys say what you got to say because like I said, it is annoying. And after that point, people. The endcast is gonna do like topics like we just did with 3DS. Just keep it positive, talk about topics, joking, having fun. If something comes up that's crazy, I would still let it go to talk about issues in gaming. But the end do a channel, we changing just do reviews, having fun. I'm gonna put up more music for the jukebox. It's just we're gonna keep it positive because one person told me and said, "Well, I should criticize. I should be hurting against Nintendo because I'm a Nintendo fan." I'm like, "Oh man, you should be going against Nintendo and saying this and that and this." I said, well, I basically do. I speak with my wallet. If, like I said, the Smash skins, I ain't bought none. I don't buy crap. That's just me. That's something very simple. I don't understand why people can't live with that. If Nintendo bring out a broken game, you know what I'll do? I'll say, hey, Nintendo, that was a bad game. I won't buy it.
You're
Done.
nice. I'll say, hey, Nintendo, fuck you.
No, but I won't. As you can see, I don't curse a lot, Double M. Sure, I
Oh,
don't do that.
neither do I. I just have my moments.
No, I got you. But my point is,
I didn't learn from y'all. I say GD too much.
but my point, no, well, like I said, because of the platform I'm in real life and everything. But my point is, what I'm saying is, say your piece, don't buy the game, and done. That's all you gotta do. But whining and crying like little 60-year-old throwing a or 2-year-old throwing a tantrum, it's not gonna solve nothing.
Man, you
Nope.
gotta let
Don't.
these people whine, man. You gotta let them do it. You gotta let them do
Yeah.
it.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because if they whining about a video game, it's something else in their life they really want to whine about. If they don't get their anger out, man, look, someone gonna be on the news.
It's
But let them
true.
whine. You gotta let them cry. At least it's about a video game.
Hey, hey,
Oh
hey.
no!
King,
Don't kill me
I'm
because
trying to
I
tell
hate
you, like
triple S.
a lot of these YouTube videos, that's like therapy. Some of these folks be really letting their emotions out. They ain't even mad about no video game. They mad about something else. Let them
Hmm?
whine.
King. There's been books, there's been written letters, there's been things for years. People kill themselves no matter what. You're not changing that for history of humankind.
Man, you mad about something? Why don't you go ahead and critique your show on Netflix or some shit?
But my point is still that. So with that said, I understand everybody's gripes, and we'll do it for that. And like I said, the Double M, you are the owner of the Outside the Box Gaming. I don't want to take over your community by posting these videos every day. It's up to you if you're cool with it. I'm not,
Hey, go ahead, mate. I
okay.
don't think I
But
don't. I ain't planning on posting activity on that video every day. That's what the members are for.
okay, yeah, that is true. But I just didn't want to I take over nothing like that. But I just want to get this out and let's get to good gaming, whatever.
Especially with the
You know what
times
they
I work
call?
now.
You know what they call all these people that group up together to talk positive stuff, especially about Nintendo. They call you the Nintendo Defense Force.
They could
And you know
I
what?
don't.
You know
Let me
what?
No, no,
You
no,
know
no,
what?
no, no, no.
Mr.
You
Red
don't.
Fox.
No, they call us wetards, man. What are you talking about?
No,
No,
Mr.
they-
Red
you
Fox
know-
said it
We're
the
the
other day.
Nintendo Defense Force. I'm Red Fox. I pilot the Red Fox Zord. I'm perfectly
Oh,
okay
Lord.
with it. Everyone knows
Oh
the
God.
red believe.
Okay. This is why I try to. This is why I try to stop this thing.
You know,
Louise.
you know what? Those people that say that they can defense force these nuts.
Okay, this is getting too far now.
Okay, with that, I think we've gone
Yeah,
too
we've
far.
gone too far. We've gone too far. We've
Like
gone too
in the
We
far.
have gone too far.
In
Look,
the damn
Red Fox.
podcast.
Okay. Wait a minute. Look. Okay,
Got the
you're right.
feeling
We're done.
signing off.
Yeah, we're done. If you guys stay, I want to ask. I want to ask you guys a question, of course, whatever. But like I said, Poppy 2K has been started doing hangouts now with podcasting, so you can check out his channel to see what he's talking about
Thank
with
you.
his topics. You have Red Fox, of course. He got his Splatoon Fest tomorrow, right? Cats,
7 o'clock.
dogs. Yeah. You have Kring and Prachi. Like I say,
7 Eastern Standard Time.
okay, yep, Kring and Prachi. Okay, I know you go back and forth with all your topics, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, I know the last one was about PC something, so.
Oh, I'm still gonna get on the PC community. I got more stuff I gotta talk about. One thing I do want to mention is I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind if
that
any of
PC
you
community is a
guys,
nightmare.
if any of you guys want to do it with me, I wouldn't mind it. But I want to do a Vita versus 3DS debate.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
mind
don't
I
that.
can
have a
go with
Vita,
that.
so I wouldn't be able to debate you on that. But
You don't want on the Vita.
Oh, I was on the Vita this whole time. I'm playing
Uh-oh.
Borderlands 2.
No, Vita's a good, like I said, yeah, I have nothing against nobody's consoles, okay? Vita has some good
the Vita is a
exclusives.
good platform. It's just it wasn't treated as
But again, it's a preference thing. It's
as
always
part
going to
of
be
the family.
But it's always a preference thing. Because I have nothing against the Vita, and it has some good exclusive that should sell the platform. But the problem is, though, the Vita, which I'm not trying to cut you down, King, but it's just like the things that sold more for the Vita are the watered down versions of PlayStation 4's game, and that's why a lot of people didn't go towards it. It has great RPGs.
I'm just saying, man. What do everybody say? The Nintendo Wii U has the best games on Metacritic. Well, if you compare Metacritic scores between 3DS and the Vita has more high-rated games.
No, but I'm saying I understand
Yeah,
when you say that. You're
maybe
right.
maybe it
I'm
would
not
help
saying
that
against
system.
that. But the games that PlayStation Vita pushes in the market, like advertisement stuff, is Call of Duty for PlayStation 4, Call of Duty for PlayStation Vita.
I mean, it's only one. I mean, you could say the same thing about 3DS. I mean, for every 3DS game, there's like a Wii U counterpart.
But I was okay. Let me say
Hey,
this right here.
let's stop before we had a debate right now.
No, 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 no. I want to say I want you. You're right to a certain point though. What I'm asking is, was it a straight port from that console, other than Hyrule Warriors, which is the one that just came out? I'll say that.
Yeah, that's a straight port.
No,
Uh,
like because like
They're
like
making a handle of that.
like you mentioned Call of Duty, right? The Call of Duty on the Vita is exclusive. It's not even on any other platform. Now it's
no,
still Call of Duty, but it's not like you can't get that Call of Duty anywhere but the Vita.
no,
It's still
no, and you're
Yeah,
right.
but is it functionally different from the Call of Duty on the consoles?
No,
Yeah.
but that's just like
I mean,
saying
does it look different? Is there any different gameplay? Is it literally the
they have
same
like
thing?
like
just
Vita
on Android?
functionalities like the touchscreen and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean that's almost like saying
And you said you were playing. You
that's like
said you were
saying
playing
like New Super
Borderlands
Mario.
too.
Yeah, I'm playing
Can
Borderlands
you
too.
see the text?
Yeah, I can see my text. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
mean,
okay, wait.
even though that port was really bad to the Vita.
Okay.
Uh-oh. It's debate. Debate.
I don't want to debate. No, I'm only asking King this question.
I mean, but how is Borderlands 2 on the 3DS?
Okay, wait,
It doesn't
King.
have it.
It's not on the
Exactly.
3DS.
Wait, people, wait, King. To me, you talking to me right here.
Alright,
Just wait a
alright.
second. Talking to me, King.
Okay.
You gave you example you was gonna give. You said
So
Call of
excuse
Duty.
me, random outburst from me. I'm playing Splatoon.
Yeah, okay, but King, you just said you said the Black Ops. You said the not Black Ops. You said Call of Duty, right?
Mhm.
Okay. No, my point was where I was saying to that is that there are many games, the games that was pushed, that was publicized. That's what I'm talking about. The people who put an advertisement behind with PlayStation talk more of console games that was on PlayStation 4 to the Vita. Then there are many gems on the Vita that you don't hear commercials for. You don't hear people pushing it on the YouTube, except for the niche audience like you or somebody else. That's what I'm trying to say. But if for 3DS, you hear about the Mario, you hear about Zelda, you hear about this, which are not direct ports of those games, except for a couple. Not all, but a couple. Triforce is the same engine as Link Between Worlds, but it's not a port from a Wii U game. That's my contingency of what I'm saying there. I'm not really arguing too much
I
with
get you, but I'm saying is like or maybe we're just thinking differently.
Okay.
Like, all right, for example, right, the 3DS has a counterpart to Lego City Undercover. It's Lego City Chase Begins, something like
Chase Begins. Yes.
right?
Yes.
But the Vita doesn't have, as far as I can think of, any game like that. They have games that are on both on consoles and on Vita, like Borderlands 2, but they don't have like this kind of like counterpart game per se to a PlayStation game. For as far as I know, I don't know of any. See, that's
Okay.
what I thought you were mentioning. If you were mentioning that, then I don't know of any. If you're mentioning like just console games on the Vita, yeah, the Vita has a lot of those.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. But no, again, it's not a bad thing to what you just said. I was just that's if I've being for Sony, like I said, right now I'm contract with Sony. That's what when they were talking behind the scenes. That's one of the things Sony Japan was kind of angry with Sony America with how they advertise some of their games to become a legacy console, as they said in their last shareholders meeting. That's what the contingency is. I have nothing against the Vita. The Vita has good exclusives.
Why would you separate your marketing budget when it's essentially the same game, just lowered? I mean, to the specs, to the Vita.
Look, I'll say
It's the
this.
same.
There's every company treats a lot of people are angry of Reggie Fils-Aimé because of Nintendo America compared to Nintendo Japan, and it's just a region thing. That's the pure answer to you, Poppy 2K. It's a region thing. You're gonna separate, do what you gotta do. That's how it works in the gaming community. Right? I mean, the gaming industry. So it kind of sucks, but Nintendo has the same problem too because there's some games that they split the advertisement as well too. Over here towards Japan. It's just a thing that it does in the industry. It's an industry thing. That's all I could. That's the answer, really. The true answer.
So one question to you: are you a squid or a kid?
Yeah, right now I'm vexed because this team can't function.
But anyway, but like I said, but just like King just said, if anybody wants to jump into that podcast and have that debate with him, if it's in a time that I would, King, if it's in the time that I could jump in, I would gladly join you. All right.
All right.
Anime. I don't know if you have anything going on because I've
Same
seen you
here.
on. I've seen you. I've seen you jump into Red's podcast more than anything. So I don't know. You have anything going on your channel? If you have a channel, I'm not trying to be bad towards you as a host.
Cage is the.
Okay, he must have.
He's probably snoring right now, knocked out.
Okay, George, you got anything that you wanna you got anything that you wanna do for your channel, Team Everything?
Well, there's Gamescom coming up, so I'm gonna hopefully do a review of Gamescom because I know that Microsoft has a lot of games like Quantum Break and
I was gonna
stuff
say
that
Microsoft
they're gonna
won that
show.
already.
And Scalebound.
Yeah.
And Scalebound is supposed to
It's
show.
Scalebound and Crackdown.
Yeah, Microsoft won that.
And the PlayStation experience. I wish Nintendo would have their own event during that time because it would be pretty cool.
They just had the World Championships. I mean, what do you expect them to do?
Yeah, I think the World Championships should have been separate from E3.
I agree. I think so.
A
Yeah, I agree.
different time, like in August.
To give it its own limelight instead of having it all running together. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right. Like I said, you was on a rampage for a while, then you slowed down a little bit, Ken, with videos. And you got anything that you can put up? Dr. Feelgood?
Yeah.
Playing Mario.
It's on that Toad right now, I think.
Hey, get off me, man. Get off me.
He's on the mushrooms, isn't he?
The 2 out Splatoon, I gotta
He
start
came
playing.
he came off the crack and now he's on the mushrooms.
Yeah, I'm still working on a few videos. If I ever take time to work on them, being distracted by Splatfest and all. But anyway,
Oh man, it was Splatfest, man. We were so unevenly matched.
I got you.
I got a few things I am working on or whatever. I should have them done. It's been kind of busy for me the last couple of weeks, but I should get back on them. But other than that, I mean, no, not really.
Okay, and I know, Micah, like I said, you just do your little satiric videos once in a while. So, other than that, check out his latest his latest video. Yeah. So with that said, so we will finish this again. I'm gonna end the podcast in a little while. I have a question to ask every one of y'all and then y'all could disperse. But after that. Again, I will also when I put up the videos, if you disagree with what I'm saying in my purge videos for the week after, gladly comment because I would like to hear what anybody said. Because right now I just want to get it out so I can start. Or like Dr. Feelgood said, we boot over, start over, and keep the channel positive and going forward, and talk about this hobby that we have the option to play and enjoy. That's it. Now you have an option to do everything, and I like this hobby for that reason. So with that said. Everybody out there, thank you for joining the Endcast. Check out all these guys' channel. This is your boy Liger, and of course, Katie's. Like I said, we were in full effect today, so I'm happy together. And I would say Katie said he don't want to see you. She don't want to see you on Splatoon, Dr. Feelgood, because she know you already leveled up like crazy.
Yeah, but we can team up anytime. I'm always looking for folks to play with, man. I mean, I play mostly rank mode now, but I still enjoy Turf War a lot. But I would let everybody know that right now. I have a few weapons that I like, but as of late, I've been wrecking with the Dynamo Roller. That's all I gotta say.
I'm trying to get that so bad.
Wow, I hate that Dynamo Roller so
Keep your
much.
ass at a distance, because I only have to look in your general direction to kill you.
I hate
I
that
got
Dynamo
you.
Roller.
It's not about
I
killing.
can
It's
get the
about.
Dynamo roller now. Just I want the golden one. I don't have the level yet.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like that thing, man, is.
That
If
thing
you are
is
directly in front of me, I
death,
can almost turn like a good 45 degrees to the left or right and still kill you.
All right. Well, basically, you guys.
There is a technique. There is a technique to taking out Dynamo Rollers, though.
Well, you guys
Yeah.
can talk all this stuff on Red's podcast tomorrow with his Splatfest and everything. So with that,
I don't want to talk about
said,
Splatfest. I don't want to talk about Splatfest.
okay. With that said, thank you guys for joining us, and I hope you guys have a good night.